Hit Sports Network and Cool TV proudly present the East Carter Raiders taking on the Comets of West Carter live from Olive Hill, Kentucky. Tonight's game is brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River Cities Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stokes Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald's Pharmacy in South Shore, Callahan Excavating, First National Bank of Grayson and Olive Hill, Primary Plus Healthcare, Easterling Photography, Pure Country Automotive, Smithfield Foods, Papa John's Pizza in Grayson and Flatwoods, Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff, and Malone's Funeral Home in Grayson. Tonight's game is also brought to you by All-American Graphics in Grayson, Star Country Market in Rush, Tyler's Pizza in Olive Hill, Members Choice Credit Union, James Stewart Best Hardware in Olive Hill, Trey Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, Dwayne Sevels for Carter County Judge Executive, State Senator Robin Webb, Orcut Tree Service, All That Blooms in Grayson, Gillum's Drugstore, Infusion Solutions, Bowman's Auto Service and Collision Repair, Mike Wilson for Greenup County Attorney, Johnny's Pizza in Grayson, Pure Country Chevrolet, and Ashland Community and Technical College. Now, let's go to the field for the pregame show as East Carter takes on West Carter on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome from Cool Hit Sports Network. Kent Robinson, Jeff Irwin, Jay McKay. Top of the press box this evening as we get ready to bring you should be dandy when these two teams see this game circled on the calendar. It is definitely a big game, not only for the players, the coaches, even us in the media, but the fans as well. And Jeff Irwin, you've covered a lot of West Carter games. Glad to be with you this evening. And this one of the marquee games probably of the year.
Absolutely. This is the one game that if you have to win or that you want to win, this is the game that all these teams have been looking forward to. It seems like they always get it done during the short week, usually after Labor Day. But I know they have been pumped up. I know both teams had some pep rallies and everything else this afternoon to get themselves socked up. And we're ready for some good football here today.
East Carter, of course, will be the visiting team. They're to the left of us. They are already kneeling. We'll be on all white tonight. Coaching staff about the 10-15-yard line. West Carter about midfield. The white helmets they'll be in the all maroon this evening. Should be a dandy. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll let you know what the records are. We'll tell right now West Carter's 0-2. East is 3-0. And we'll set the stage for this one. Should be fun tonight here in Olive Hill. It's the Battle of the Barrel coming up here on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever. But Clark's Pump and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler with the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pump and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City Builders is the company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and popping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. A&A Porta Potties also rents out storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Did you miss starting college this month? Maybe you're still Or you planned on attending a university, but it didn't work out? Well, no worries. Ashland Community and Technical College has a 12-week online session starting September 12th and an 8-week online session starting October 17th. So don't delay. Call 606-326-2000 or stop by one of the 3 ACTC campuses today. It's not too late to further your education at Ashland Community and Technical College.
Kentucky tonight, Kent Robinson, MJ McKay, producer, and Jeff Irwin will be on our caller this evening as we get ready for the Battle of the Barrel. Now, last season, West Carter won 22-16. East Carter leads this series 30-21. Daniel Barker here at West Carter, starting the season 0-2. Tim Champlin 3-0. Last week, West Carter was open in their first two games. The Comets opened the season beating Rowan County and Moorhead 24-0. And then the 26th of August played Fleming County at home, winning 25-7. East Carter last week had 248 yards of rushing, no passing yards. And last week, East Carter beat Estill County 25-18. Isaac Boggs ran for 223 yards and 4 touchdowns on 26 carries. The Raiders rushed for 248 of their 279 yards of offense. As we said in last season, the Battle of the Barrel in Grayson, West Carter won the game by the score of 22-16. Should be a good one tonight. We're going to pause for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get the head thoughts of head coach of East Carter, Tim Champlin, and we'll do that in just a few minutes here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stelz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stelz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stelz Pharmacy. Need some extra money for home improvements or other purchases? How about a home equity line of credit with absolutely no closing costs? We have some exciting news from our loan department at First National Bank. Right now, open a home equity line of credit at First National and we will pay all the fees at closing. Hurry into one of our 8 locations to take advantage of this great offer. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
We can dig it at Callahan Excavating. If you need drainage work, demolition work, mobile home lot preparation, pond cleaning, slip repairs, service line installation, parking lot or driveway work, or help with many other projects, contact Callahan Excavating at 606-225-0570. Callahan Excavating are proud supporters of local high school sports.
State Senator Robin Webb wishes the best of luck to all involved in the East Carter football games this season. The players, coaches, cheerleaders, and support staff. Your State Senator Robin Webb is always proud to support our youth in all of their endeavors, both in the classroom and on and off the field, and will always strive to put our youth and adults first as she works hard to support the people in her district. Have fun, East Carter. Play hard. Be safe in all your games this season. From your State Senator Robin Webb. When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
In Olive Hill, Kentucky, well, tonight's tonight. It's East Carter, it's West Carter. Made the big story, coach, in the preview. It's the Battle of the Barrel, and I know when this game comes and you guys circled on the calendar, the kids circled on the calendar, people in Grayson, Olive Hill, they can't wait for this night. It's going to be a big one.
Yeah, it's a big night in the county. It's a night that everybody's going to talk about from tomorrow morning until next year at 7:30. And so It's just the way it is, and so it's bragging rights. It's, you know, you get to talk for a year, you get to show up to the East-West basketball game and strut your stuff or not, and so all that stuff plays a role into it. It's a big game, and like I said, I thought the ADI did a really good job of previewing the story and previewing the success that both of these programs have had over the past couple of years, and so just a big night, good night for football, and it's a good opportunity for our kids to, you know, we talked the first 3 games are about us and you know, fixing our mistakes, and you don't want to call them preseason games because they matter, but this is the first game where you kind of step up your scouting report, you step up your intensity in practice and all that kind of stuff, and you know, so I think it's a good step before district play and that kind of thing.
Again, you're off to a good start, 3-0. Coach Barker coming in 0-2. It's always a battle. It's got to feel good to 3-0, but this is going to be a special night. Tweaking some things coming into tonight's game that you haven't done in the first 3 weeks, or you just come out and play Raider football?
We're going to play Raider football. You know, you touched on the records there. We're 3-0 and they're 0-2. You can throw that stuff out the window. That's not going to matter once this game kicks off. They don't know that they're 0-2, and our kids, you know, we don't believe that they're 0-2. We've talked about it all week, and you know, they're a young team, but a few bad plays here and there, and they're probably in both of those games. So, you know, we don't talk about that. We're coming out here and we're playing football tonight. We're going to come out and do what we've done, try to do what we've done in the first 3 weeks. I think the key to tonight's game is physicality. Who's going to be the most physical team up front, in the secondary, and at linebacker, at running back? You know, all those things are going to matter. They're going to try to run the ball a lot. We're going to try to run the ball a lot, and so it's about who can impose their physicality on the other team.
Coach, best of luck. Hopefully we'll see you after the ball game.
Hey, thanks, and go Raiders.
Tim Champlin of the Raiders. More in a moment on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Primary Plus Grayson offers complete care for the entire family, including primary care, women's health, pediatrics, diabetes management, counseling services, and an on-site pharmacy open to all. Primary Plus is excited to welcome primary care physicians Dr. Bowen Yamraj, Dr. Tyler Elam, and nurse practitioner Vicki Lawrence Gilbert to their medical family. Primary Plus Grayson is always welcoming new patients and looks forward to sharing their mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care with you. Learn more about our services, providers, and other locations at primaryplus.net. Dwayne Suttles is a candidate for Carter County Judge Executive in the upcoming election November 8th. A lifelong resident of the county, he's been involved in service to the people for over 40 years, including the college system, firefighting, EMT. And he understands the need for good roads and strong infrastructure. He spent 15 years as the city councilman, currently the Grayson City Clerk. Go to the polls November 8th and elect Dwayne Suttles as your next Carter County Judge Executive.
I'm Dwayne Suttles, candidate for Carter County Judge Executive, and I paid for and approved this message.
The award-winning florist All That Blooms has a new location, 402 East Main Street, across from Pritchard Elementary in Grayson, with gifts for all occasions, including birthdays, sympathy, holidays, and anniversaries. Shop Monday and Tuesday 9 to 5, Wednesday 9 to 2, Thursday 9 to 5, and Saturday 9 to noon. Closed on Sunday. Call 474-0390 for All That Blooms at 402 East Main, your full-service florist serving Grayson and surrounding areas. Check them out on Facebook, allthatblooms.com. That's BLOOMZ.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better brace yourself, because Papa John's has done it again. Introducing Papa Bowls. No crust, just a whole bunch of those Papa John's toppings you love, baked to piping hot perfection. I'm talking crisp veggies, savory meats, all covered in melty cheese, and those signature sauces. Try flavors like Italian Meats Trio, Chicken Alfredo, and Garden Veggie. Or get creative and build your own.
Papa John's in Grayson and Flatwoods.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
The Battle of the Barrel coming up. It's West Carter and East Carter. We'll take our final break and get you ready for this one. Should be a dandy here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
If you're in new or used
Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, or Jeep, the best place to go is Pure Country Automotive in Grayson and Ashland. Pure Country Automotive has something for everyone and every budget. Their goal is to help people all over the tri-state area find the vehicles they will be able to enjoy for years to come. And the folks at Pure Country Automotive will make sure you have a great customer service experience, new or used. You'll find what you need at Pure Country Automotive, C.W. Stevens Boulevard in Grayson and US 60 in Ashland.
Smithfield Foods in Grayson is a proud community partner, taking pride in providing a safe and friendly environment for their workers and for the community. Smithfield Foods is always ready to support our growing community any way they can. Smithfield Foods is the world's largest pork processor and hog producer, and they're committed to providing good food in a responsible and environmentally safe way. Proud to be a part of the community. Smithfield Foods in Grayson.
As time goes by, don't forget to capture the moments that will create memories that will last a lifetime with Easterling Photography. No matter the occasion, we have you covered. If you need family portraits, engagement photos, prom pictures, senior photos, sports photos, baby pictures, and wedding photos, we are ready to work for you. You can find us online on Facebook or contact us at 606-286-0991 or at easterlingphotography@yahoo.com to schedule a photo session. In the upcoming election, vote Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff. Eric is an experienced police officer and a dedicated family man. With a 10-point plan, he will work to unite Carter County, increase community involvement, and improve the function and availability of the Sheriff's Department. With your support, we can make Carter County stronger together and a better place to live. Vote for Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff. Paid for by candidate.
For good home-cooked food you can't beat, Star Country Market and Pizza, 8088 US 60 in Rush, just past Star Elementary. Breakfast includes homemade biscuits and gravy with daily lunch and dinner specials, including home.
I'm ready. Let's go. All right, sorry for the technical difficulties. We are ready to go. It's East Carter football. Kent Robinson, MJ McKay, Jeff Irwin to the side of us. Jeff, this should be fun.
This is going to be a great game. Like I said, it's the game that everybody looks for all year. As looks like number 24 took that one on the run, Briar Holbrook.
And last week in this contest, it was all running games for East Carter, over 248 yards of rushing. And right now, as we just get underway in the first quarter, no gain on that carry by Holbrook. And the Raiders will have it at the 47-yard line. East Carter, and they're all white this evening. It's the battle of the barrel. Eli Eastep, your quarterback, and he is a dandy.
Yeah, West Carter definitely had him last year. And it looks like that was Isaac Boggs on the rush there for East Carter.
And you kind of wonder, with Eastep being here last year, now, 10, 15 minutes down the road, what's the feelings? I mean, Coach Champlin talked about in the pregame, these guys get along so well. They go to church together and summer camps and stuff, but a little bragging rights. So right now, 3rd and 3 for the Raiders. They put it at the 40-yard line. Glad you are with us here on the Cool Hit Sports Network with Mantis and Jeff Irwin. Should be fun. Eastep goes under center. Big line for East Carter. Looks like West Carter jumped. So a penalty against East.
No, actually, that's going to be offsides against West Carter.
You're right. They made him change that.
So that's going to give them the first down to start off, and so that'll be the first down here of the half.
Our referee tonight is Lane Hughes. I know Justin Royster. Usually we have the officials, but where we're sitting tonight, I don't think we're going to get them. So make it first down and 10 with the penalty. And East Carter goes under center at the 35-yard line. Pretty good field position. Handoff goes to the left. It's Bello. And Bello getting a few yards for East. Making a stop for West Carter was Connor Green.
Yeah, Connor Green actually is 22nd in the state in 2A in tackles, averaging out 9 per game.
He got over there pretty quick, didn't he?
Yeah, he has definitely got some speed on him.
So first quarter underway. Got the bugs worked out, and we're at second down and 7. East Carter left hash at the 31-yard line. East up again, goes under center as Boggs will go in motion. Boggs doesn't get it as the handoff goes to Holbrook, and Jeff right there, the comments were waiting on that one.
Yeah, well, you got to think both these teams definitely know for the running game, and that's what they practice against all week long.
Yeah.
Picked up about a yard up on that one.
After the ball game, Jeff and I will pick the Bowman's big hit of the game, depending who we think that could be, but real early right now here in the hill, if you will. At least we got a good view.
Yeah, can't beat it up here in the crow's nest.
Let's just don't pray. Let's pray for no rain. All right, it's 8:43 on the clock. Ball at the 30. East Carter 3rd and 6. East step man goes in motion, going to the left. That'll be Bello again. And Bello getting good yards close to the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be decision time here. You're within the 30, and you got a fourth and looks like maybe about 1.5 out there.
So it's 8-10. And Coach Champ's going to go for it. Why not? You got it to 27. You need 3. Twins to the left side for the Raiders. In the backfield is Holbrook. And flags on the field. That'll be against West Carter.
That's the second offsides penalty there for the Comets. That's really have hurt them, especially in this situation, being in a 4-2, and now giving East Carter now a first down here and some additional yardage to boot on there.
A couple of penalties going both ways now for each ball club, and the Raiders have it at the 22, coming to the right side, wide out, Gabe Roberts. 2-man backfield for Eastep. Eastep, little turnaround there. Dustin Hall. Dustin Hall's got some room, and he's going to score.
Puts it in for 6.
Dustin Hall takes it from the 22-yard line. And the Raiders will strike first here with 7:35 to go in the first quarter. This little misdirection play, and Dustin Hall, Jeff, had that whole sideline to go 22 yards for the score.
Yeah, he had that whole side. Like I said, it was a great reverse play out there. Was able, but looks like they actually called a penalty out there against the Raiders.
They did, didn't they?
So those points are coming off the board.
I didn't see the flag, did you?
Not at the time period. I was following the the rusher all the way in, but looks like it's probably a false start out there.
So take away the touchdown, and we're back to action again now at the 1st and 15 for the Raiders. Boggs has some room. He's dropped before the 20-yard line. Looked like Fleener. I hope I pronounced that right. Fleener bringing him down.
Yeah, Fleener.
Okay.
Braden Fleener. He's one of the top tacklers for West Carter, ranked number 12th in the state in 2A with 10 tackles per game.
Wow, that's getting it done. So the Raiders thought they had the first down. They did not. And now Justin Worcester's going to say that Isaac Boggs. Looks like he's got a little blood on the right arm. So he will have to come out. And replacing him will be Mikey Hall, 5'10 junior. Mikey Hall's seems like he's been around a long time as well. E-Step comes over to talk to Coach Champlin. Hurries back into the huddle. Clock rolling at 6:55 here in Olive Hill. The battle of the barrel. Raiders have it at the 23. Second down and 11. E-Step in the shotgun. Next to him is Bello. Bello will get the football, gets some nice tackling, and Bello getting some nice yardage before he's brought down by Dean.
Yeah, punch that up right around the 15-yard line, so that's going to get him a nice setup for third down there.
And you work on that Monday through Thursday, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You notice how he followed his blocker to get that extra yardage that he needed. And East Carter trying to move it again. They got it at the 15-yard line. Big third down, Jeff.
Yeah, this is kind of a make and break time, especially here in the red zone now for East Carter.
Boggs right next to E-Step. I mean, about 2 feet from him. And again, running play. And big number 70 coming in. Jackson Kidwell stands him up.
Yeah, Kidwell, I can't tell you a finer boy that's out there. He's a hard worker. Came back in off of a foot injury from last year. Doing a great job.
And again, like we had just a few minutes ago, Jeffrey, big play. 4th down and 2 now for East. They went for it when it was 3, so you know they're going to go here in 2.
Absolutely. No time for 3 points here. You got to try to go in, at least get yourself a first down or go in for the 6.
2 runouts to the left. That looks like E-Step's trying to draw off the Comets.
Well, they've done it twice already.
And Coach Champlin is going to take our first timeout of the evening. Trying to figure out what he wants to do right here. We'll take a break. 5:16 to go. It's Raider football when we come back here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Dwayne Suttles is a candidate for Carter County Judge Executive in the upcoming election November 8th. A lifelong resident of the county, he's been involved in service to the people for over 40 years, including the college system, firefighting, EMT. And he understands the need for good roads and strong infrastructure. He spent 15 years as the city councilman, currently the Grayson City Clerk. Go to the polls November 8th and elect Dwayne Suttles as your next Carter County Judge Executive.
I'm Dwayne Suttles, candidate.
Back in Olive Hill, Kentucky, Kent Robinson and Jeff Irwin, MJ McKay, our studio producer. And Coach Irwin, if you're Tim Champlin, he calls his first time out. What do you think he's telling his squad?
Well, I think on that one, as you said before, he was trying to get the Comets go off sides, just running down that play clock, and he probably had that going in his head that entire time, just waiting, and probably pulled him over just to get the play set up that he wants because he knows West Carter is probably not going to jump on this one.
E-Step under center with Holbrook right behind him. Holbrook gets the ball. He's going to get the first down and more. Again, just lowering that head and getting the first down.
Brought down by Timmy Fields there for West Carter.
So East Carter in the red zone, you'd like to say, I guess, 5-yard line. They've moving the ball very well here in the first quarter. 4:54 to go. E-Step again under center, Holbrook. East Carter did not pass any last week. It was all on the ground. This time going left side, it's Bello. And Bello coming from the right side from the 5-yard line will take it in. No flags this time.
So that is going to be a touchdown there for East Carter.
So Braden Bello will take it in from the 5. 5-yard run. And East Carter, I meant to say, up now 6-0. And like I said from the onset, just right there, nothing but ground game for East Carter, and Jeff, it worked for him.
It did. Last week, E-Step did have a couple passes in and everything else. The stats on the KHSAA was a little bit wonky on there. They had some receiving yards, but no passing yards for E-Step, if you take a look at that.
2-point conversion with the football. It is Holbrook, and he'll go in. So if you're Coach Champlin, you got to be happy. You come to Olive Hill, the battle of the barrel. And with 4:37 to go, Braden Bello puts the Raiders on the scoreboard, and you've got Holbrook with the 2-point conversion. Back in a moment on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
State Senator Robin Webb wishes the best of luck to all involved in the East Carter football games this season. The players, coaches, cheerleaders, and support staff. Your State Senator Robin Webb is always proud to support our youth in all of their endeavors, both in the classroom and on and off the field, and will always strive to put our youth and adults first as she works hard to support the people in her district. Have fun, East Carter. Play hard. State Senator Robin Webb wishes the best of luck to all involved in the East Carter football games this season. The players, coaches, cheerleaders, and support staff. Your State Senator Robin Webb is always proud to support our youth in all of their endeavors, both in the classroom and on and off the field, and will always strive to put our youth and adults first as she works hard to support the people in her district. Have fun, East Carter. Play hard.
Action we go. East Carter strikes first to make it 8-0.
I do apologize for a little bit of the sound error on our live streams there. First time we're kind of running through this, and you always get a few hiccups here and there.
Still working the bugs out. Carter with the kickoff. It goes to the right side of the football field and getting a good pursuit up to the 45-yard line.
That was number 14 there, Trace Rivers, a junior there for the Comets.
You know, Jeff, he gets tripped up. If he doesn't get tripped up, he gets probably a few more yards on that carry.
Definitely a way to break a few tackles out there and try to get things punched up down the sideline. And a great job for Wes Carter. Definitely a kind of a motivator after going down from the first possession.
So Bello, the 2-point conversion. The Raiders lead it early on here, 8-0. Wes Carter takes over at the 44-yard line. Shotgun formation. Fumble on the play, and the Raiders have it. Coming up with the football was Kason Adams. And really, Jeff, from Brent King's perspective, just not a very good, the handoff wasn't smooth.
No, he went on the jet sweep there, tried to get it, just kind of went off the hands. He was already thinking about the move that he was going to make after he got the ball, but didn't get that possession in his hands. And East Carter, I mean, they're ranked 17th in 3A football, and they're going to move up the rankings a little bit more. They had 2 fumbles across the first 3 games, add 1 more on for today.
Yeah. 6:48 to play in the first. Russell leads Lawrence County 7-0. Boyd County and Greenup, Boyd's leading in that one. And just like that, the Raiders will take the ball back at the 40-yard line. East step now goes in the pistol. Next to him will be Isaac Boggs, right side. Now East Carter's going to change things up a little bit. Boggs will go left, and a flag on the field.
This one may be going against East Carter. Probably those players did not get set, I'm assuming.
And Coach Champlin's letting him, he's not mad at the official. He's basically telling, you know, you're 4 games into the season. You shouldn't be doing that.
Absolutely. You know, if you go out there and you need to get things rolling on and you do change up, run an audible out that or flip the play, you've got to make sure that you get set before heading or, you know, taking any kind of action out there.
So E-Step comes over and talks to Coach Champlin and heads back out. So another penalty on the field. Raiders will get it right at the 45-yard line.
That's just the second penalty on the Raiders here today.
And basically what they just did a few minutes ago and got flagged for it. But this time they get set, handing off to Boggs. Boggs is at the 50. Going to try to get to the 45. Stiffs arm. His defender goes out of bounds in front of the Raiders sideline, taken out by Timothy Fields, a senior. Going out of bounds will stop the clock.
Looks like they picked up about 3 on the play there. Or maybe 4 on the play, excuse me.
Coach Champlin, some of the assistants talking on the sideline to Braden Bello. Second and 12. Raiders have it at the 42, working the right side of the football field. Again, Boggs right next to Estep, wiping some sweat off the right hand. Handoff coming up the middle to Holbrook. Holbrook's got some room, dropped at the 30.
That's going to be close to a first down there. I think he's just shy of it.
Ashland Community and Technical College has a 12-week online course starting September 12th and an 8-week online course starting October 17th. It's not too late to further your education at ACTC. 3rd and 1, another big third down for the Raiders at the 31-yard line. Boggs again next to Estep. And Boggs will get it. And maybe one as the big cat Kidwell comes in, makes a big tackle. And Kidwell, they got him listed, Jeff, at 205, but you put them pads on him, he looks a little bit bigger.
Yeah, he is, definitely looks considerably bigger with the pads on, but he's an excellent athlete. Multi-sport, as I said, came back in from a foot injury from last year. I believe had surgery on it. Had to sit out his wrestling season. He's a wrestler as well, and that's definitely one thing that these teams love to have is a wrestling program in their school.
Made the stop, but not before the Raiders will get another first down. 3:05 to go here in the quarter. He step again, fakes it now, a pass, looking downfield. I think looked like his intended receiver was Braden Bello, but he just overthrew him.
Yeah, it looks like that was just got over right over top of him.
So right now, early on, long way to go. It's been a ground game, Jeff, but you're going to see a pass now and then just like we just did.
Absolutely. If you take a look at Estep last week, he was 4-7, 31 yards, no touchdowns through one interception. And so they're going to eventually get one into the receivers out there.
Boggs makes a nice move, but then another flag coming in.
Yeah, it's holding against the Raiders. So I'll bring up 2nd and 15 for East Carter there as the 5 yards pushes them back.
Clock will roll at 2:49 here in the first. Ball at the 38. East Carter's got 2 receivers to the right side. And we're probably basically going to see Boggs next to Estep all night. Fakes the handoff. Estep again looking downfield, has a man, and it's caught for a first down. Mikey Hall, the junior, reels it in. Great pass from Estep, and just a nice, very pretty good catch, Jeff, because West Carter had a guy right in his face.
Yeah, he was well defended there all the way from the get-go, but Hall, a fantastic receiver there for East Carter.
So that puts the Raiders down to the 9-yard line.
Of course, Hall, he's second in the state as far as interceptions go, so he's a great defensive as well. 33rd in the state in receiving, averaging out 38 yards per game.
A big connection there. Boggs gets it. Breaks a couple of tackles.
That's Kidwell on the tackle once again there.
The Raiders again knocking on the door here. That play started at the 9. They take it down to the 3. Clock will roll with minute 35. A quick first quarter due to the fact that East Carter's really had ground control, Jeff.
They have. They've taken control of this. Of course, when you have the rushing offense, you control the tempo of the game.
Sure. Ball at the 3-yard line. East Carter already leads it by the score of 8-0. And this will be Boggs. And he's in. Isaac Boggs will take it in for the Raiders' second TD of the night.
Adds on to his stats as he goes through there, as he is a fantastic rusher. 4th in the state. That's the entire state, all classes. second in 3A in rushing, averages out 214 yards per game. So, I mean, he's definitely one you're going to have to watch out for, but hard to contain.
Sure. Again, the 2-point conversion coming up for East.
And their kicker does have some already some PATs out there, but that's going to put that one in for 2.
Evan Goodman picks up the pass on the right side of the football field for the 2-point conversion. And with a minute 15 to go, the Raiders now lead it by a couple, 16-0. It's the battle of the barrel. It's East Carter and it's West Carter. Back in a moment on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Eric is an experienced police officer and a dedicated family man. With a 10-point plan, he will work to unite Carter County, increase community involvement, and improve the function and availability of the Sheriff's Department. With your support, we can make Carter County stronger together and a better place to live. Vote for Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff. Paid for by candidate.
The award-winning florist All That Blooms has a new location, 402 East Main Street, across from Pritchard Elementary in Grayson, with gifts for all occasions including birthdays, sympathy, holidays, and anniversaries. Shop Monday and Tuesday 9 to 5, Wednesday 9 to 2, Thursday 9 to 5, and Saturday 9 to noon, closed on Sunday. Call 474-0390 for All That Blooms at 402 East Main, your full-service florist serving Grayson and surrounding areas. Check them out on Facebook, allthatblooms.com. That's BLOOMZ.
Kent Robinson, Jeff Irwin, MJ McKay. East Carter now leads it by 2 scores, 16-0. And even though Jeff, West Carter 0-2, a long way to go, a minute to 12 to go in this one, they've just not had the chance to get a little momentum going just because of the fact that East Carter's had the football most of the quarter.
Exactly. They've only ran one play from the line of scrimmage. They had a great return on the kickoff, on the first kickoff. Fumbled it on their first possession of their first series. So now we're actually going to really see if they can try to get the ball moving forward and getting some offense on the board. Give Cole Crampton a chance to run the ball here a little bit.
He's a dandy. First carry for West Carter and Crampton. As we go down to a minute.
Looks like pick up just maybe about a foot on the play there for Crampton. Not having the season like he did last year, but West Carter, they did graduate a lot of linemen last year. Good quality linemen out there. And West Carter's really a young team when you start taking a look at it in the general sense. They're kind of small, young. They do got some speed, but when you're going up against the beef like you do with East Carter, it's going to be kind of tough to get things moving on.
31 seconds to go. Handoff up the middle. Runner slips. Still makes some nice running action there. Cole Crampton, the ball carrier.
And that's exactly what Crampton can do. West Carter has been blessed over the years, having, Latavius Klein out there during their championship run in the semifinals. And then having Cole Crampton out there for the past couple of years. They've been very blessed with that.
East Carter leads it by the score of 16-0. You're listening to high school football. It's East and West Carter on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson, takes pride in offering you the highest quality service and visitation in your time of need. From traditional to competitively priced cremations, Malone Funeral Home can meet all your needs. Call 606-474-5126. Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson. They're there when you need them. 606-474-5126.
If you need custom screen printing and embroidery work done, then you need to see the professionals at All American Graphics at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson. All American Graphics can can do any type of screen printing and does quality embroidery work on shirts, sweatshirts, hats, hoodies, and more. Call 475-3770 for All American Graphics, 1202 North State Highway 7 at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson for custom screen printing and embroidery.
Cool Hit Sports Network, it's Kent, Jeff, and MJ. Glad you're with us tonight. East Carter leads at 16-0 as we start quarter number 2 going the other direction. Shotgun formation, 4 back, and some nice running right side.
There was a flag opposite side of the field.
I don't think Chris saw the flag. I actually didn't see it either. I was watching Cole run the football.
And it looks like it's going to be an illegal shift against the Comets.
So that'll move him back. The ball was at the, looks like it'll go to the 49.
Yeah, kind of a heartbreaker there. You had 3rd and manageable, and now you got 3rd and long here now that you're having to face up against this tough Raiders defense.
We'll lose 5, spotted at the, went from the 49 to the 46. Kind of working the right side of the field. So back, your sophomore quarterback. And started 3rd down and 9. Got trips to the left side. Claps one time. High snap. How about slips with the football and whistles blown, Jeffrey?
I'm going to assume that's probably going to be a delay of game that came in from the back judge.
A few penalties here in the first half to get this one going. And it is against West Carter. And another loss of 5, so for Daniel Barker, my team's going the wrong direction.
They were right there at midfield, stepping, had their toes almost into Raider territory, and after 2 penalties, that really kind of hurts out. But that kind of shows you what, what a younger team sometimes can, not have the experience to kind of get that position set or make sure that they really is ready for the snap.
Ball at the 41 now. The Comets look at a 3rd and 14, and back is going to get sacked. 3 East Carter defenders come in to take the quarterback down.
I think number 17, Dustin Hall, first one to get there, and I might show a little favoritism to him. He's actually my cousin out there.
Oh, is he? Little shout out then.
Yeah, so my cousin Hall out there did a great job getting to him, Dustin Hall. He's had a fantastic year, and actually I believe he's, I was trying to think if he might have been almost, no, he wasn't ranked in the state, but he was definitely knocking on the door.
So that's 4th down and 23. Wes is going to have to kick it away. Mikey Hall, and he's a good one back here, standing between the 30 and the 40-yard line.
It looks like Crampton back there.
Yeah, it is Crampton. It's going to be a low-line driver. And a little juke step there by Mikey Hall. Mikey Hall takes it all the way down the right side to about the 50-yard line. East Carter already up 2 scores, 16-0.
Yeah, definitely not the start that Coach Barker wanted out there.
Well, you had the penalties and then that big defensive play, and just like that, you give it back to East where you had to punt the football.
The defense is going to have to find a way to stop out Boggs definitely out there, and then of course East Step has been known to take off running as well.
Both teams with a lot of talent, but right now things just going the Raiders' way. But it's way early here in the ball game. Coming left side will be Bello for East Carter.
Timmy Fields on the stop for West Carter.
And we've mentioned Timmy Fields' name quite a bit this evening. Second and 8. And we will spot the football right at the 50-yard line. Right side for the Raiders. Mikey Hall lining up right side along with Goodman. E-step looking that way, looking downfield, has a man wide open. Gabe Roberts, give him 6. E-step to Roberts from the 50-yard line. 9:28 to go in the second quarter.
He definitely had the speed on that from the get-go. E-step hesitated for a second, took a look down the field, but there is a flag on the play, actually, and this one's going to be coming back.
You're exactly right. Big play negated.
That's the second time tonight that East Carter's had a big play from scrimmage and ends up going in the opposite direction. And that one looks like that one's going to be going back 15 yards.
Coach Champlin is not happy.
So that had to be some kind of personal foul.
Yeah. And his personnel is not where he wants them to be. Connor Skaggs quickly puts on the helmet, but he's still on the sideline for East Carter.
That's going to take him all the way back to, it looks about second and 21 is what they're going to call it there.
Yeah, they're going to put it at the 37-yard line. So that big play, all for naught for the Raiders. Boggs cuts up the middle, breaks one tackle, breaks another tackle. He's at the 50, he's at the 40, he's turning on the Jets, he's at the 20. I think he's going to go in. Touchdown, Raiders.
Survey the field here real quick.
Yeah, look at that, will you? No flags on that one.
No flag, and that's going to put it in for 6, and it's going to be 22-0 here for East Carter.
That's just a lot of speed right there. Makes it 22-0 East Carter. 9:15 to go in the second quarter.
And you got to think they went from a 2nd and 21 to 6 on the, I mean, more or less, you got to think they pretty much had 2 touchdowns back to back.
Exactly.
You know, had the personal foul there against East Carter. Took it back 15 yards, and then they were able to run it all the way back after being in 2nd and 21.
So Boggs next to E-step. 2-point conversion. E-step's going to keep it, and Wes Carter's going to snuff him out there. That was E-step. And as you mentioned just a few minutes ago, E-step could run the football, but Wes Carter was there to wait on him on that tackle. Well, another big play for East Carter. It'll stop the clock with 9 minutes, 15 seconds to go. We're in the second quarter. Scoreboard now reads East Carter 22 and West nothing. We're back in a moment. It's East and West football here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Carter County, look no further than Tyler's Pizza. Also be sure to check out our daily lunch specials, wings, salads, subs, sandwiches, dinners, sides, desserts, and our world-famous Thai Zone. Tyler's Pizza, 120 Cross Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-4583. Tyler's Pizza is a proud supporter of local high school sports.
Gillum Drug, 1237 Carter Avenue, Ashland, is a locally owned pharmacy devoted to providing excellent customer service, not found at the chain drug stores, and Gillum Drug will treat you like family. Stop by today and experience it. Gillum Drug, next to Domino's.
Here at Infusion Solutions, one of the things that we're most proud of is the relationship that we develop with our patients.
From the people on the phone to the delivery drivers, I mean, these people are a part of my life. They take care of me. I would recommend Infusion Solutions to anybody.
Discover what we're all about right now at Infusion Solutions.
Jeff Irwin. Oops, and MJ with us tonight. East Carter has made it 22-0. West Carter awaiting the kickoff, and it's a squibber. It's an up man. Uh-oh. Raiders have it. Went right off the front pads of West Carter and coming up.
They're going to give it to West Carter.
Oh, they are giving it to West Carter, and he can't believe it. Looks like Ryan Yoke come up with it.
Now they're pointing the other direction.
Yeah, Yoke had it because we're up here. We can see it.
Yeah, it was almost like that commercial in which the official left his microphone on. It's like, I didn't see it. Did you see it? You juggle your hands a little bit, and you act like you didn't know it, and wave off the flag and everything else. And
you said you wanted Taco Bell. What? So, Jeff, again, if you're Daniel Barker, you're scratching your head. I mean, it's just another mistake that Wes Carter has capitalized.
And it's been those mental mistakes. I mean, sometimes, with this game, there's so much that rides behind it. And I think a lot of times these students feel the pressure to be able to perform. And sometimes when you get that, of course, that's the second squib kick that they've had in a row for East Carter. West was able to return it well last time, but this time, not, once again with the fumble.
He stepped to throw. He was looking downfield. He had a couple of receivers deep. Wes Carter was pursuing, and Eli just had to get rid of the football, throw it out of bounds.
That looked about like that touchdown play that they had before it was called back off the personal foul.
So the Comets have scored again to make it 22-0. Big touchdown run. The two-point conversion did fail. Briar Holbrook's going to come in. And coming out will be Jason Barker, a junior, for Tim Champlin. Pass incompletion stops the clock at 9:06 to go. Twins to the far side for East. And in the backfield, Holbrook next to Eastep. And this will be Bello. Bello will cross the 45-yard line.
Looks like he was swallowed up there by Bledsoe, and I was trying to see who else was on there. It looked like number 7, Raymond Rayburn, as well on the stop for the Comets.
Clock rolls at 8:41. Boyd County 7, Greenup County nothing. We start quarter number 2 down at the farm. Mikey Hall and Gabe Roberts line up to your left, twin receivers. Bello with Eastep. Eastep's going to keep it. Eastep's at the 40. He's at the 35, at the 30 before he's brought down from behind by Dwaylen Dean, I believe.
I believe so.
And you mentioned just a few minutes ago, Jeff, Eastep can also run the football, and he's showing it.
He definitely has had time to, as last year, he's a scrambler, That time he did good. He looked upfield, saw some green grass in front of him, didn't bother with his receivers, just tucked it under and took right on off with it.
Clock rolls at 7:55. Another first down for East Carter at the 30-yard line. Pretty much vintage Eastep with the Twins right side in the shotgun formation. He's looking that way. Lets it fly. Has a man. Right side. Complete pass. I do not see any flags. And looks like that's going to be Mikey Hall for another Raider touchdown. And Jeff, right now, East Carter starting to open this one up.
I know, definitely the one thing you don't want to have is getting that deep into a hole against the Raiders. I know right now probably East Carter's thinking running clock right now, but that's the one thing that West Carter's got to prevent. But like I said, Mikey Hall, fantastic receiver, 33rd in 3A in receiving, 38 yards per reception. But as I mentioned before, he's a great defensive player as well. Looks like they're going to actually kick this one away.
This will be Ryan Carter, and it's a terrible snap, and he's just going to have to sit down on it. Well, actually, he doesn't get it, but another player gets it. Maybe that's why they don't do a lot of PATs.
Maybe he was lucky that that player, even though it would have only been 1 point going the opposite direction on there, that could have been the encouragement that West Carter needed to pick it up and take it down the way for the extra point. Or, well, it'd be stop it anyway. But
right. That'll stop the clock, 7:32. The Raiders strike again. Scoreboard now reads Raiders 28. And your Comets here in Olive Hill, nothing. Back in a moment. This is the Battle of the Barrel on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
At James Do It Best Hardware, We are not just another hardware store. We are your hometown home improvement partners, offering personalized service to help you get the job done right the first time. We are also your local steel dealer. At James Do It Best Hardware, our people make the difference.
I love James Do It Best Hardware Store.
James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street in Olive Hill, Kentucky.
Hey, I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael. Come see us at Bowman's.
Bowman's can do frame repair. They have a downdraft bake oven for a factory paint finish. And they get your vehicle back to its pre-accident condition with qualified I-CAR Gold certified technicians. Bowman's is also an ASE certified mechanical shop, providing transmission flushes, steering and suspension services, AC service, oil changes, and tune-ups. That's Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Deep kickoff for Wes Carter. Got some room over there on that left side, and I believe it was Rivers, Jeff.
Yeah, Trace Rivers.
Turn you up a little bit.
Definitely doing a great job out there, cutting back across the field. Has to get something going on for Wes Carter to get that momentum back up because, right now you got to think they fumbled it twice. Multiple turnovers on there, multiple penalties. Right now, you don't want to get that defeatist attitude, in your head right now, thinking, well, this game's already over. Let's just, finish it at halftime, go to the house. But, of course, you can never count these Comets out.
No, they're too good of a football team. Just right now, Raiders have just got the head start on them. But you got to be careful looking at that scoreboard. They're already up 28-0.
Gets it off to Crampton.
Yeah, some nice yardage. East Carter has used just one timeout. Wes has all of theirs left. Mikey Hall making a nice catch. The snap was fumbled, and at the moment East Carter leads at 28-0, but the Raiders have it at Comets have it at 31-yard line. Quarterback keeper, that's going to get it for you.
Looks like he picked up the first down on that one.
Back takes it to about the 40. He faked it to Crampton. And that's got to be encouraging if you're Wes Carter to get that first down. Clock rolls at 6:46 to go before halftime.
And you're going to see Wes Carter replace out the quarterbacks on there. They're kind of running through two different quarterbacks. Usually they run Hall, but they'll put back in on certain plays.
A little delayed handoff there. It looked like a delayed handoff. Back maybe had a hard time getting it to Crampton, and by the time Crampton got the football, he was tackled. Makes it 2nd and 10. We'll put it at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Wes Carter's putting these two receivers way deep here on the near side of the field. They got Timmy Fields and it looks like Brent King.
High snap goes to the left.
It's over to Crampton, it looks like. Or no, don't
Bond.
Bond.
Yeah, I had to look again myself. Fairview looking for their first win of the evening. Or for the season, leading Morgan County 16-0. Clock will roll at 5:37. 3rd down and 4 for the Comets. High snap, look out. Crampton comes up and gets it. Trying to make something out of nothing. And this another mistake there, Jeff, by Wes Carter. They got a little momentum going with the first down, and now a high snap.
Definitely not the play that you want to have. Of course, Crampton did a great job to get back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Back to the all the way back to the 40, or actually lost a couple yards back from that.
4th down and 4.
All right, looks like it's going to be 4th and 12 here.
Yeah,
After they get the scoreboard updated.
Catching up there. So back for East Carter will be Mikey Hall.
And speaking about back, he had to run in from the sideline for the play. Everybody was already set, and he wasn't under center or in the play.
Good snap. It was kind of low, but it's going to go out of bounds. And East Carter's Mikey Hall will let it roll out. Punt goes out of bounds. 4:30 to go before halftime. Raiders are leading it by the score of 28-0. So again, Jeff, West Carter had that opportunity with the first down, then the high snap. Just back, the opportunity was there, but they couldn't convert with the high snap.
Exactly, because they were finally getting something that was rolling on there. Putting back in as quarterback and running that option almost like the veer in a way, but with him and Crampton in there. He was, kind of faked it off to him and took it himself one time and then handed it off to Crampton the next time. But like I said, these mental mistakes that's going on is really hurting the Comets here today.
And East already up 28-0. We'll start at the 26-yard line. They've got 2 timeouts left. West has all of theirs, and you've got Twins to the left side for the Raiders. Boggs next to Eastep. Snap. Eastep looks back, takes a couple steps. Throws downfield, a screen to the left side. Incomplete pass as Evan Goodman, the 6'2 junior, couldn't reel it in.
He was thinking about going deep there and then took a look, and his man was covered downfield, and so he was going through his options, and I'm sure Goodman there was not his second option. It was probably down the line. Just seen him there and thought he would dump it off instead of tucking and running.
East has had success with the deep pass so far, but that time Goodman tried to bail him out but had the incomplete pass. Stops the clock, 4th down and 23. Keeps it at the 26. 2nd down East. This will be Boggs. Looks like he might have slipped when he got the football. Bledsoe on the stop for the Comets.
Looks like he lost about a yard there. It's going to bring up 3rd and 11 here for East Carter. But East Carter's been in that position a few times here today, getting back on their heels a little bit, and then they, they'll probably, a couple times they've, had a great play, but then had a call back due to a flag, and then followed up with another great play.
3rd down and 11.
And that's going to be a penalty there. That's probably going to be offsides against the Comets.
That's going to help East a little bit. They hit it 3rd down and 11.
Going to take it down to 3rd and 6.
Clock rolls with 3:42 to go before halftime. Spotted at the 30 with Twins again to the left for East. East step, shirt untucked. Quick pitch coming to the round side. It's Bello. Bello will be dropped by Dean again.
Yeah, that was a big hit there by Dean.
Dean gets over in a hurry, doesn't he?
He's definitely got some speed to him. I know Dean, I believe he runs track as well for West Carter and has had some pretty good success out on the track and field.
Even with the spurtability of Dean making the stop, the Raiders will get another 1st down. Raiders will have it at their own 37-yard line, down to 3:05 to go before the break. Charlie's with us tonight. He just couldn't make the trip up the top of the press box, so he's doing our stance. So we'll get them here in a little bit.
I keep on.
I guess he's downstairs. He might have went to the car. I don't know where he's at.
I keep on begging for the elevator to be put in up here.
Yeah. Charlie's got that bum knee. There ain't no way he was coming up here. Him and Clemmy probably catching up on old times downstairs. Incomplete pass for the Raiders. They lead it 28-0. The battle of the barrel.
He just overthrew his man just a little bit there. If he had probably an extra 3 or 4 inches of height on him, he might have been able to nab that one out of the air, but just overshot his man there. It was well covered by Wes Carter, but it was kind of one of those, you don't want to say a 50-50 ball because West, didn't quite have the chance to get it, but he could have got that for a great play.
Boggs immediately hit as soon as he got the football, and that time, Jeff, Wes Carter was waiting on him.
Yep, didn't get him fooled that time. Looked like number 10, Braden Flinner, was on the tackle.
And Raiders are going to lose some on that one. Them two guys were, on Boggs as soon as he got the football.
It almost looked like they were in the huddle on that one.
They got back there quick, didn't they?
Yeah, they knew exactly where they were going with that.
2:10 to go. Boyd County now leading Greenup 14-0. Greenup starting off pretty good this year so far, undefeated.
Yeah,
Boyd County trying to make some noise down there at the farm.
Yeah, both teams having a great beginning part of the season. I look a lot from both of those teams down the line once they start hitting in on district play.
Estep being pursued. He better hurry. Lets it go. Wobbly pass will hit at the 40-yard line. And again, Jeff, the last two plays, West Carter's defense is kind of figuring things out what East has been doing here in the first half of the ball game.
Well, the one, I guess, advantage you can say West Carter did have is that they did have the bye week last week.
True.
And they ended up having an extra week worth of game footage to watch out there. And a lot of times you will pick up on some of those tendencies, the formats or the, how they're positioning themselves out on the field, maybe, tendencies of the quarterback, maybe to look in a certain area. And especially having a quarterback that played for you for the last few years.
So the Raiders will have to punt. This will be Messer. Low snap goes right through his legs. And Messer gets out, somehow gets away and kicks it to the 45-yard line. And the Raiders will stop it. He was lucky to get foot on that football.
I know.
Crampton was back, but ain't going to matter now. But that could have been blocked in a big play for West, which they would really needed with the position of the field.
Exactly. If they would have been able to get on top of that ball and have it pretty much within the red zone, that would have been the little thing that they needed to maybe start getting things going in their direction. But you can build off of something like that is the one thing that I know West Carter, the fans are definitely thinking of. It's like, all right, we just about got that one. Let's get out there and get it taken care of here on the offensive end. But with a minute 33, they got a little bit of ground to make up here.
They being West, all three timeouts left. East has two. The ball's at the 44. Quarterback keeper faked it to Crampton and back. Actually, looked like he had maybe one or two of them up here, but we're going to say no gain on the play. Was it me, or did that look like that exchange just wasn't real good between them two? That's why he kept it.
I think that was that decision-making that they're letting back go through and do. It's like, trying to take a look. This time gets it in on the side.
Ball on far side. That was a quick moving play. Minute 3 to go.
And able to get that out of bounds, too. That's what West Carter needed out there. Brings up 3rd and short here.
3rd and 3 for the Comets. 49-yard line.
Comets back in Raider territory here again.
We'll have Twins to the right side around the 50-yard line. Back to Crampton. Nope, back's going to keep it. And right there to get him was Isaac Messer. And Coach Champion take a timeout. Yes, he did.
That's what I was thinking, especially coming up 4th and now 4th and long.
Coach Champion will burn his second timeout with 55 seconds to go. It's Comet football, and when we come back here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
With winter around the corner, it's time to tame or to remove those trees that could damage your property and cost you thousands of dollars in repairs. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the tree experts at Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal at 606-356-8850 to schedule your free estimate. Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal in Olive Hill, Kentucky are proud sponsors of local high school sports.
Mike Wilson has been serving the residents of Greenup County as your county attorney and wants to continue to serve you, the people, and continue to fight against illegal drugs and other problems in the county. Mike is active and believes in the community he serves. He's experienced and fully supports the men and women in blue. Mike Wilson will also do whatever he can for the youth of Greenup County. on November 8th. Vote for experience. Vote for Mike Wilson for Greenup County Attorney. Paid for by the candidate.
Back to action, Jeff and Kent. We will correct that here in just a few minutes. Our apologies to one of the players.
I think we've been calling him Bello all night, but it's Blue, I believe, as they're calling him out there. So
okay, that one's on us. Good punt, Mercy.
I always said if I don't murder at least one or two names.
Mikey Hall let that one go, and I'll tell you what, my friend, that was a heck of a punt.
I know, finally got that one down within the 5, and this could set up something. Of course, Wes Carter probably wants to at least get 2 points on the board before heading in, so I'm sure that they're probably going to be putting that blitz out there, trying to push them back because, you're right there, 1st and 10 from the 3-yard line. If you can get East Step struggling or get in their huddle once again and get inside of their mind, that could give Wes Carter the little pep that they need to get back in. But right now, everything has been going East Carter's way here today.
So with the ball at the 3-yard line deep, you got to be careful with that Comet defense, especially where they're located to start this possession. East Step's going to go under center. 44 seconds to go.
Hands that off the middle, and he's got himself a little bit of a breathing room now.
Get you out of the hole. Holbrook. Coach Champlin's going to take, I thought he took a timeout. Maybe he didn't.
I think for the first down.
Yeah. Fairview over Morgan County at the break in Westwood, 16-0. 31 seconds to go. They elect, Jeff, we might have one more play, but
I don't know. It kind of looks like they're tucking in on victory formation.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, I believe with the time they had left, they could almost let the clock run out. But then again, they may try to go for broke here.
East Step, he's going to air it out. Intended for Gabe Roberts, the junior, incomplete. 8 seconds left. So some adjustments to be made. And I'm sure, Jeff, you've been around sports a long time, football, basketball, whatever, we cover. Even though East is probably going to go to the locker room 28-0, for Coach Champlin, there's going to be a few things you've not been happy with. If you're Daniel Barker, you've got to do some homework to get ready for the second half.
Absolutely, because that's going to be a tough thing. There's always adjustments. I've never heard a coach ever go into a locker room saying everything's just fine, all hunky-dory and everything. We're going to do the same thing in the second half. And they do take the knee this time to run out the clock. 28-0. East Carter's going to go into the locker room with a nice size lead, and Wes Carter's going to go in with the goose egg. And as you said, it's going to be something that Coach Barker's going to have to make some adjustments there for the second half. And I think a lot of it's going to be calming down his players.
Yeah.
Because, you can't get out there.
A lot of hype.
Yeah, they're hyped up, and now on top of that, they've been making all these mental errors, and they're starting to get inside their own head. So every time that a ball comes in their way or they touch the ball, they're thinking, don't fumble, don't fumble, don't fumble. And that's the time when you start fumbling. You need to start letting your practice and everything come into play.
And they will get that. As Coach Champlin talked about, we apologize we couldn't get Daniel Barker, but Coach Champlin was talking before, the pregame. We're 3-0, they're 0-2, but this game means a little bit more than the record. It's pretty much, as you know, you've been around this a long time, probably longer the rival than I have. It's all about the bragging rights, but if you're Daniel Barker, we've got some work to do, right?
Absolutely. They've been doing some trivia around school here talking about which coach has won the most barrels in West Carter history. And a lot of people's saying it was Daniel Barker, but actually it was Kevin Brown. I believe he's got, I think it was 9 barrel wins underneath his belt. And but Coach Barker's got the best winning percentage in school history. So he knows exactly what to do, but, sometimes, getting these kids on board with what they can do and having them go out and actually prove themselves on the field is, sometimes two different things. And I think that's going to be the biggest thing of saying, don't worry about 28-0. Go out there, play your game. It will happen. The good stuff's going to happen. Don't force it.
Sure. As Jeff alluded to, it is halftime, 28-0. We'll take a few breaks. We're trying to get some stats off Charlie, who is down below, and we'll recap your first half scoring. And Jeff and I will talk a bit more about the do's and don'ts of the first half, of what these coaches need to do. Right now, if you're Tim Champlin, you're pretty happy, but probably not content. And as we mentioned, Daniel Barker going to the drawing board, I would say, Jeff, with the black marker to make some changes.
Exactly, because you can tell there in that latter part of the first half that he was going. Of course, they switched up the quarterback there, went with back, and was kind of running that veer. And that's the same offensive set that Marshall used after the tragedy up there, trying to let a quarterback make some decisions. And it's like, do I take it? Do I go? Do I roll out? Their passing game, they lost two of their best passers last year. And I know they're probably not as confident in that. They had some good 7-on-7 work during the summer, but it's one of those things that it makes a difference once you put on the pads and you get out there and you're actually getting hit and you got a few and you can run the ball. That's kind of one of the big differences that you have out there.
We'll take our first halftime break. When we come back, a lot to talk about. First half stats being worked on down below by our man Charlie Dunlap, and we'll go over the scoring summary, and Jeff will talk more about this rivalry and what it means to the community. We're at the break. It's East Carter leading it 28-0. It's the Battle of the Barrel, East versus West, here in Olive Hill tonight on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Carter County, look no further than Tyler's Pizza. Also be sure to check out our daily lunch specials, wings, salads, subs, sandwiches, dinners, sides, desserts, and our world-famous Thai Zone. Tyler's Pizza, 120 Cross Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-4583. Tyler's Pizza is a proud supporter of local high school sports. At James Do It Best Hardware, we are not just another hardware store, we are your hometown home improvement partners, offering personalized service to help you get the job done right the first time. We are also your local steel dealer. At James Do It Best Hardware, our people make the difference.
I love James Do It Best Hardware store.
James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street in Olive Hill, Kentucky.
Gillum Drug, 1237 Carter Avenue, Ashland, is a locally owned pharmacy devoted to providing excellent customer service, not found at the chain drug stores, and Gillum Drug will treat you like family. Stop by today and experience it. Gillum Drug, next to Domino's.
Here at Infusion Solutions, one of the things that we're most proud of is the relationship that we develop with our patients.
From the people on the phone to the delivery drivers, these people are a part of my life. They take care of me. I would recommend Infusion Solutions to anybody.
Discover what we're all about right now at Infusion Solutions.
Hey, I'm Erin.
And I'm Michael. Come see us at Bowman's.
Bowman's can do frame repair. They have a downdraft bake oven for a factory paint finish. And they get your vehicle back to its pre-accident condition with qualified I-CAR Gold certified technicians. Bowman's is also an ASE certified mechanical shop, providing transmission flushes, steering and suspension services, AC service, oil changes, and tune-ups. That's Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837.
Welcome you to West Carter High School. It's Kent, MJ, and Jeff Irwin. As we are at halftime, it's 28-0. Taking a look at your first half scoring summary, things would start off for the Raiders with 4 minutes and 37 seconds to go in the first. Braden Blue, as we're going to call him now, and Braden, we apologize. We thought it was something else, but it's Blue. Gets a touchdown, 5-yard run. Holbrook's 2-point conversion, Jeff, would be 8-0, and kind of right there, that's where East kind of got things going for their first touchdown.
Exactly. They had that. West Carter had the return on the kickoff, and then on the first play from the line of scrimmage, fumbled the ball, turned it right back over to East. They were able to go ahead and capitalize on that one and punch it in for another 6.
Yeah.
And really, I don't think West Carter's had a stop here tonight on well, I think I take that back. I think they did have that one there at the very end when they just about blocked that kick.
Yeah.
So very few stops on the defensive end. I know that's probably where Coach Barker is going to be looking at because, the offense, eventually you're going to get a break sooner or later. You're going to get a right play, pick up a few first downs and everything. But the defense is where I think they really need to focus in on the second half.
East would do it again on a 3-yard run by Isaac Boggs. That would come with 1 minute, 14 seconds to go. And the 2-point conversion would be good. And that would take us to the end of the first quarter. The Raiders would lead it 16-0. Coming back as we are into the second quarter of play, 9 minutes and 15 seconds to go. Isaac Boggs would take it in from the 39-yard line. 2-point conversion would be failed, as the E-Step could not run it in. But at that point, the Raiders would make it 22-0. And then Wes Carter, Jeff, had some opportunities. He had some few penalties in the first quarter that really stymied East and West, but after that it kind of started rolling again. But then again, some penalties going a different way, and that's where East would get another big play on the Mikey Hall catch. The kick would be no good as the snap was fumbled. That would come with 7:32 in the second quarter, and the big catch, Jeff, from Mikey Hall made it 28-0, which leads us, here we are at halftime. So if you're Wes Carter, you got another half of football to play. That's why you play 2 halves of football. It's like you have half time in basketball. You go in to make adjustments. Yeah, you're down 28-0, but you've still got plenty of time to get back in this one.
Absolutely, and I know it was a different team, but Wes Carter a few years ago in that state semifinals, they were down pretty much by a huge margin against Beechwood there. And they came back in that second half and, really put a, effort in that to get back into that ball game.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of people, fortunately the fans are still here.
Oh, place is packed.
Yeah. They're all over the hill. The concession stand workers, I'm glad I'm not down there today.
Yeah.
Because they are lined up all the way down, probably a good 75 yards or more. But, yeah, it's definitely one of those things that it can be anybody's ball game because, the one thing I know Coach Champlin probably wants to do is not get his team complacent.
Yeah.
Don't think we're up 28, we can give up a touchdown or 2 here and there. When you start getting that mindset, then that's when you're going to start really hurting it on your defensive end because then you're going to start putting some pressure on your offensive end. And I think that's really where East Carter has kind of shined here tonight is that their offense has had that lead and they can take a few chances. They can take that shot downfield. Which, unfortunately, like I said, a couple penalties for them, kind of got them to that point of, we're going to bring it back, but then they come right back and do it again.
Yeah. We'll take another break. When we come back, we'll truck downstairs and get some stats off Charlie, and we'll talk about those here in just a couple of minutes. Halftime, the Raiders lead it 28-0. This is high school football on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Mike Wilson has been serving the residents of Greenup County as your county attorney and wants to continue to serve you, the people, and continue to fight against illegal drugs and other problems in the county. Mike is active and believes in the community he serves. He's experienced and fully supports the men and women in blue. Mike Wilson will also do whatever he can for the youth of Greenup County. On November 8th, vote for experience. Vote for Mike Wilson for Greenup County Attorney. Paid for by the candidate.
Winter around the corner, it's time to tame or to remove those trees that could damage your property and cost you thousands of dollars in repairs. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the tree experts at Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal at 606-356-8850 to schedule your free estimate. Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal in Olive Hill, Kentucky are proud sponsors of local high school sports.
Johnny's Pizza, 117 West Main Street in Grayson, is a small, non-chain restaurant with more than just pizza with great dough and sauces. Johnny's also has wings, subs, pastas, salads, baked potatoes, fries, onion rings, buffalo chips, pickle chips, calzones, iced coffee, milkshakes, and more. And Johnny's dressings are homemade. The friendly staff, great service, and a menu unlike any other pizza place. You'll see why Johnny's is the best. Johnny's Pizza, 117 West Main Street in Grayson. Check them out on Facebook.
Pure Country Chevrolet in Grayson needs your vehicle. We're low on inventory and prepared to make you an offer on the spot to buy your car, even if you don't buy one of ours. Literally within 10 minutes of coming in, we'll have you a cash offer. Have a payoff on it? No problem. We'll pay that loan off and write you a check for the balance. Just bring your title, driver's license, all your keys, and most recent payment statement so we can get the payoff. We'll even drive you home if you need. Pure Country Chevrolet, ready to buy. Let us put cash in your pocket. Visit us online, purecountrychevrolet.com, or call us 606-474-5116. Pure Country Chevrolet, find new roads.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
We're back at half, starting to wind things down. East Carter leads it 28-0. Some quick stats to pass along for West Carter, passing just 11 yards, 2 of 2, -1 net rushing. And again, Jeff, they've had the opportunities, but that's when those penalties pretty much kicked in. Then you've got your quarterback for West Carter doing very well with back there, making one completion to Hall for 6 yards. Bond has had some good opportunities to run the football, but where he's had it just with the looks like 11 yards rushing right now, just each Carter's been kind of converting on him when he's been rushing the football.
Exactly. You know, especially with Crampton, I know that West Carter needs to get Crampton back into this game and get him rolling on. He's had some opportunities. He's one of those players, obviously punting it away here today as well. I'm sure he's probably in the concession stand right now serving up some hot dogs and some soda there. But, yeah, it's one of those things that they need to get him back into this game, get some more rushing yardage, because that's what West Carter is. They've always been a rushing team, and they've had some passing weapons out there, but haven't been quite able to get that going here today.
And on the other side of things, and it shows on the scoreboard, first half rushing for East Carter, 149 yards. We've got Isaac Boggs unofficially, 76 of those, passing 74 yards. Eli Eastep playing well, and then Blue with the 24 yards rushing as well. So the stats pretty much show right there. Rushing yards 149, Jeff, and Boggs has 76 of those.
Yeah, and that's where they were about going to go to, from the very beginning. Because you look at, their stats across the way. Isaac Boggs, second in 3A, fourth in the state. As far as, he's averaging out 214 per game, and so that's who they're going to go to. And he's got that capability to break tackles, get them shook off of them a little bit, do a little bit of shake and bake out there, push some magic on it, and just find his way down the field.
Both teams come back out onto the football field. We owe you another break. It is East Carter leading this one 28-0 here on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
In addition to the Greenup location, Stultz Pharmacy's newest location is at 437 James Hanna Drive in South Shore, but has retained the name you know and love, McDonald Pharmacy, with the same great service you'll find in the Greenup location, with free delivery service and their convenient drive-thru. Get your vaccinations and allergy shots, and of course, great prescription service at Stultz Pharmacy in Greenup and McDonald Pharmacy, James Hanna Drive, South Shore.
Stultz Pharmacy.
Jennifer Epperly, loan officer at First National Bank in Canonsburg. I personally invite you and all local businesses to visit our beautiful new building in Canonsburg on U.S. Route 60 next to the Walmart entrance. We offer many services including personal, mortgage, and business loans. First National Bank is locally owned by the McGuire family of Ashland and has been in business since 1902. We aim to give you the personal attention and best customer service there is to offer. Come inside, talk with us, and let us make you a part of the First National Bank family. First National Bank, Equal Housing Lender, member FDIC.
Dwayne Suttles is a candidate for Carter County Judge Executive in the upcoming election November 8th. A lifelong resident of the county, he's been involved in service to the people for over 40 years, including the college system, firefighting, EMT. And he understands the need for good roads and strong infrastructure. He spent 15 years as the city councilman, currently the Grayson City Clerk. Go to the polls November 8th and elect Dwayne Suttles as your next Carter County Judge Executive.
I'm Dwayne Suttles, candidate for Carter County Judge Executive, and I paid for and approved this message.
we can dig it at Callahan Excavating. If you need drainage work, demolition work, mobile home lot preparation, pond cleaning, slip repairs, service line installation, parking lot or driveway work, or help with many other projects, contact Callahan Excavating at 606-225-0570. Callahan Excavating are proud supporters of local high school sports.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenham, Grayson, Painesville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
Just a couple minutes away to get the third quarter getting started here in Olive Hill, Kentucky. Back in a moment on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
As time goes by, don't forget to capture the moments that will create memories that will last a lifetime with Easterling Photography. No matter the occasion, we have you covered. If you need family portraits, engagement photos, prom pictures, senior photos, sports photos, baby pictures, and wedding photos, we are ready to work for you. You can find us online on Facebook or contact us at 606-286-0991 or at easterlingphotography@yahoo.com to schedule a photo session. In the upcoming election, vote Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff. Eric is an experienced police officer and a dedicated family man. With a 10-point plan, he will work to unite Carter County, increase community involvement, and improve the function and availability of the Sheriff's Department. With your support, we can make Carter County stronger together and a better place to live. Vote for Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff. Paid for by candidate.
Kent Robinson, Jeff Irwin, and MJ McKay. And Jeff, if you're Coach Barker, you're down 28-0 to your rival, Coach Irwin. What's he saying coming out of the third quarter, coming out of the halftime?
Settle down, get the job done. Figure out what's going on, and don't fumble the football.
Right. Wes Carter will get it to start things here in the third quarter. Adam Miller started from the right side. Has to take it all the way in, or the other side, excuse me. I said Miller. Excuse me, that was Trace Rivers. So Rivers takes it. And we'll see what Wes Carter can do to start things off here in the third quarter.
As we said, you take a look at those halftime stats, 11 yards in the first half for Wes Carter. Not how they wanted to get started off. They're used to averaging out 11 per
Exactly.
play.
So adjustments are made, I'm sure, by both teams as we start the third quarter. And here's hard-running Cole Crampton, and I just really like the way he takes care of the football.
He does. That's one thing that you very rarely, if anything, ever see him do is fumble a football. I mean, he covers the points. Gets that in there and is punching it on in and going for the extra yards too. I mean, he doesn't kind of lay back and just get hit. He's leaning forward trying to get that extra yard or two out there.
The Comets at the 33-yard line. Good start. 2nd down and 3. Again, Crampton, and flag on the play after Cole got the football.
This one may be against the Comets. It looks like they're kind of wanting to wave that one off.
The referee talking to Coach Champlin. Again, it's Lane Hughes, our white hat tonight. And it is, as Jeff said, against Wes Carter.
Another one of those kind of mental errors, just not getting set up into it. And losing 5 yards, especially after having it down to 2nd and 3.
Have to be thinking about our Bowman's big hit of the game coming up. And Jeff, really, we've had a few hard hits, but nothing really to write home about. But we've got 2 more quarters to get our candidate. The penalty will move the Comets back to the 29-yard line. A minute gone here in the third quarter. 2nd and 8. Trips. And coming into the midfield making the catch was King. He started from his formation on the right side and will go up close to about the 35, 36-yard line. First down, West Carter.
They only had one in the first half, so this is definitely an improvement coming out here in this second half for West Carter. Getting a good run by Crampton, and then finally getting the pass. They're, as far as passing goes, they're 3 for 3 tonight.
Yeah.
Of course, like I said, a lot of times they're not as confident in their passing as what they probably should be, but because they like to run it. But here they are again, throwing it out in the flats.
Crampton gets it. That was almost close for a big hit of the game. He caught the football and made really something, Jeff, something out of nothing, as Yoke took him out of bounds far side.
He bounced right off of that. Like you said, it was on track there to be a nice hit, but that's one thing about Crampton. He's just about like a piece of rubber out there. He'll bounce off you at times and then just reverses direction and puts it right back in, pushing it forward. Ended up losing 2 on that play, but definitely could have been a whole lot worse.
Make it 2nd and 12 for West Carter. It's at the 35. Trips to the far side. East brought a little bit of pressure, but not much. Just a little bubble screen inside the.
Got that one to Timmy Fields.
Mm-hmm.
Nice pickup there to after losing 2, so sets up a good 3rd down. Looks to be about 3rd and 4.
We'll put this one at the 43. This is a big play, Jeff.
It is. It's one. You hate to kind of say early on in the second half that any play is going to maybe determine the direction of the game, but this may be one of those plays that comes out there. Because if they get a first down here, that's really going to pump them up, and especially making the passing connection. They're 4 for 4 here on the night with passing.
Back will be in the pistol. Crampton was behind him. I believe we're going to have a timeout called on the field.
And
it's going to be West Carter. That'll be West Carter's first timeout. Didn't take any in the first, and we'll take it with them. When we come back, the Comets have the football, looking into 3rd and 4, and the ball sitting at the 43-yard line, 8:57 to go. This is high school football on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Primary Plus Grayson offers complete care for the entire family, including primary care, women's health, pediatrics, diabetes management, counseling services, and an on-site pharmacy open to all. Primary Plus is excited to welcome primary care physicians Dr. Bowen Yamraj, Dr. Tyler Elam, and nurse practitioner Vicki Lawrence Gilbert to their medical family. Primary Plus Grayson is always welcoming new patients and looks forward to sharing their mission of quality, advanced, affordable health care with you. Learn more about our services, providers, and other locations at primaryplus.net.
If you're in need of a new or used Chrysler, Chevrolet, Ford, Dodge, or Jeep, the best place to go is Pure Country Automotive in Grayson and Ashland. Pure Country Automotive has something for everyone and every budget. Their goal is to help people all over the tri-state area find the vehicles they will be able to enjoy for years to come. And the folks at Pure Country Automotive will make sure you have a great customer service experience. New or used, you will find what you need at Pure Country Automotive, C.W. Stevens Boulevard in Grayson and US 60 in Ashland.
Back to action we go. Crampton, Jeff, had the football, but again, another penalty against the Comets.
Yeah, definitely something that's going to hurt them out there because they set themselves up. Nice 3rd and 4. Now it's back almost to the original line of scrimmage, 3rd and 9. I would almost suspect they're going to go to the air on this next play just because that's where they're getting the success at. Total of 0 rushing yards in that first half.
I think they might have heard you because we'll go Twins to the left. It was a high snap to back. He finds Crampton on the outside, brought down by Gabe Roberts, left side. They needed 9,
And picked up, it looks to be about 11 on there.
Yeah, I think he got it. But another flag on the play. And that's towards the Raider secondary, it looks like.
That's what I was going to say. It came in from the back judge that way. This time looking like they're talking over or facing over toward the West Carter sideline.
Fort Thomas is beating Raceland in Northern Kentucky tonight, 24-7. And that penalty will go against East.
Yeah, face mask against the Raiders there, and that's going to be a break for the Comets. And like I said, what they're doing here in this first part of this third quarter is definitely probably those adjustments that Coach Barker's been making.
46-yard line, first down and 10 on the penalty of the Raiders. Back to Crampton. And Crampton tried to get going, but really coming in there quick. Looked like it might have been Holbrook, the initial tackler.
I know Messer, I think, was in on that as well.
No gain. The Comets second and 10 from the Raider 46-yard line. Twins to the far side. Again, Crampton will get it. And again, the initial stop being made that time by Kason Adams.
And it looks like Crampton's helmet came off, and that's going to probably hurt Wes Carter as he's going to have to go out and sit for a play.
You can tell he's revving up a little bit, but as you're mentioning, he will have to go out just briefly. Clock will go at 7:26 here in the third. East leads it 28-0. They won't give him 3 on the carry, but he had to go out because the helmet come off. A couple of receivers line up to the right. Dean will block for his quarterback, and just an incomplete pass. Had to get rid of it, Jeff.
Yeah, he saw the pressure coming. He had King out there. Didn't have. If he had probably another extra second out there, he might have been able to get that completion and probably about a first down with that. But East Carter was definitely bringing on the heat on that play because they knew that Crampton was out. Really, the only other person that's been rushing the ball quite a bit's been back as well. So they knew that probably West Carter was going to be going into a passing formation on that one.
Well, again, here's another big play for the Comets. They need 7 for the first at the 43. Crampton quickly back in. And Crampton looked like he was wanting to go a little bit deeper than what back intended to throw for him, and that'll be an incomplete pass for Wes Carter.
Yeah, just a bit short on there. He turned around, looked at it, and saw the ball was about 3 yards behind him, and you can definitely tell that he was not happy with that throw. And that's going to be a turnover on downs there for the Comets. With 7:01 here left to go in the third, and so Wes Carter was able to knock off 5 minutes of that time and was playing some pretty good football there for a little bit.
They had the mode going, but the incomplete pass will give it back to the Raiders, who have a pretty decent lead, 28-0. 7 to go in the quarter. E-step is in your shotgun formation. Now he's going to come up a little bit closer. Boggs will take the handoff, and we got a touchdown. That was just too easy. East Carter takes it to the house. Gabe Roberts, Jeff, just got by everybody from the 43-yard line, and the Raiders will score again.
And I'm hoping that's just a cramp down there. He went down. It looked like he was going toward the kids back there and then went down afterwards, and that's definitely not what you want to see after a great play like that.
No, and it's still, it's still kind of warm. 57-yard TD from the 43 makes it 34-0, and Jeff, we're going to check on him. Trainer.
Yeah, he's back up on his feet and walking on the side there. That was the one thing I noticed. That was a fantastic pass there by E-Step to get him, and he just took it all the way down to the house. Nobody behind him, on the coverage, and he just beat his man, and that was just a pure man defense that they were running with him.
Yeah.
And he just outbeat his man there.
So now this is if you're East Carter, a very important two-point conversion if you look at the scoreboard.
Yeah, because, you're right there at the 34-point mark. I'm sure they're wanting to get that rolling clock in here. So West Carter's got to get a stop here, just for, to keep their head up high for the remainder of that.
High snap, Boggs, touchdown. And the assistant coaches are waving the arm. So with 6:50 to go in the third quarter, the two-point conversion is good by East Carter to make it 36-0. And Jeff, 6:50 to go in the third. It's a running clock the rest of the way.
Yep, that's typically not what you like to see, especially for a big rivalry game like this. I know it's kind of been going on in a few different ones because, you almost had it over there with Russell and Raceland. It seems like a lot of these games are really heated, but it almost seems like they've been, one-sided here this season.
36-0 East. We're back in a moment on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Smithfield Foods in Grayson is a proud community partner, taking pride in providing a safe and friendly environment for their workers and for the community. Smithfield Foods is always ready to support our growing community any way they can. Smithfield Foods is the world's largest pork processor and hog producer, and they're committed to providing good food in a responsible and environmentally safe way. Proud to be a part of the community. Smithfield Foods in Grayson.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better brace yourself because Papa John's has done it again. Introducing Papa Bowls. No crust, just a whole bunch of those Papa John's toppings you love, baked to piping hot perfection. I'm talking crisp veggies, savory meats, all covered in melty cheese, and those signature sauces. Try flavors like Italian Meats Trio, Chicken Alfredo, and Garden Veggie. Or get creative and build your own.
Papa John's in Grayson and Flatwoods.
Back to action we go. Whoops. Kickoff will go out of bounds as the Raiders have, I don't like to use the word statement, but Jeff, in a way you kind of got to. I mean, you come in to your rival's backyard and you put up 36 points, number one. Number two,
shutout on the other end.
Shutout and a running clock.
Yeah, definitely not the game that West Carter was hoping to have here. They were hoping that this was going to be kind of that moment that would have maybe changed the course of the season. I think West Carter is going to be fine when it comes into district play.
It's still early.
Yeah, it's way early on, and they've been playing up quite a bit. Of course, I know when they took on Round County, that was up playing outside of their district or their class. East Carter, they're a 3A school.
Crampton's got some room, first down and more. Fumble, ball comes out, and it's going to be East Carter football. I mean, he had the first down, hard running play, and again, just another.
Yeah, typically something you don't see from Crampton.
Not a mistake. He just lost the football when he went down.
He got hit really hard on that area. I mean, I wouldn't classify that the hit of the game.
Not yet. No.
But definitely he got hit there, and it just kind of popped right out. Not much you can do there. He was going down with it, and it just kind of, I don't know. I mean, there's a little bit of humidity here in the air.
It's a little warm.
But not enough for it to really kind of get slipped out there. But definitely another heartbreaker there, as that was going to be West Carter's best play of the game.
Big yard gainer. And again, just as you said, one of them things, it's a big busting play. You're getting the first down, you cough it up, and you're giving it back to your opponent who's already got 36 on the scoreboard.
Yep.
So Eastep will go into the pistol. Boggs 3 feet in the eye right behind him. Man will go in motion, which will be blue. And Boggs will keep it. Here comes the flag. That's coming back.
Yeah, through there by the white hat there, so that's going to be more than likely holding there against the Raiders.
Indeed, to the call. Again, Lane Hughes, our referee. I know Justin Royster, and usually, again, we get the list, but due to our seating arrangements, it just didn't happen this evening.
Sometimes it gets right there at game time, and they somebody comes up real quick and throws you one after they've checked the footballs and done the coin toss and everything else there. But that's going to set East Carter back quite a bit as after the holding was 1 yard behind the line of scrimmage and ends up taking him 1st and 21 now.
In the backfield will be Holbrook next to Estep in the shotgun. That's been his mainstay. He was under center a couple times, but not a whole lot.
Yeah, usually he
looking downfield. He's got him.
And we'll see, and they're going to mark him in. They're going to say that is a completed pass.
Evan Goodman had him all the way. Goodman, an all-around athlete, basketball for head coach Cole Brammer, and baseball. And I tell you what, Estep's been on the mark with his passes tonight.
He has. Like I said, if you take a look at what he's done so far this season, I think he's only really picked up maybe a couple touchdown throws before the game today, and he's already got that and more here today. He's ranked 23rd in 3A, usually averaging out 83 yards per game, and so he's having the game of his life here today.
Twins to the right side. Hall goes in motion. Handoff to Holbrook. Holbrook will cross the 45-yard line, push back, but the momentum will move him over. Again, a running clock was initiated at the 6:50 mark in the third quarter when Eli Estep found Gabe Roberts.
Yeah, as you were saying earlier, Estep always likes to go out of the shotgun. I think those times that he was under center was on that victory formation, running out the clock there for the second half, and then when they were on the 3-yard line.
Backfield again is Holbrook. This one gets away from the quarterback, and he's just going to have to lay on it.
Yeah, just a low snap, not able to handle that one. Just a little miscommunication between the center and Estep.
You know, Ashland Community and Technical College has a 12-week online course. It's going to start actually Monday, September 12th, and an 8-week online course starting the 17th of October. It is never too late to further your education at ACTC. So you've got tonight and this weekend to get hooked up if you want to do that. Good folks out there. Larry Ferguson used to be in the radio biz years and years ago, doing a great job. 3rd and 21 for the Raiders. It's at the 44.
Oh, and just about picked off there. That was Jordan Fuston.
He come out of nowhere.
Estep must have just followed with his eyes and locked eyes with his receiver there, and Fuston just popped out of nowhere. Of course, Fuston, a basketball player for West Carter.
He's a dandy, man.
Oh, he is. Recently started picking up football here real recently. Used to, I believe he was just basketball, and just over the last season or two has picked up here football.
Crampton will be your lone guy back to receive the punt from Isaac Messer.
Of course, last punt just about blocked, or it was a bad snap, and then just about blocked by the Comets. This time, good snap. Gets it right around the 28-yard line, and I think that's about where it's going to settle out at. Maybe around the 29-yard line.
The punter's down, isn't he? No, that's not the punter. It's a cramp. I cannot think of the trainer's last name. I know his first name's John. But we got a player on the field with 37 seconds to go, and you're just tuning in thinking, well, this has been a very quick third quarter. Well, there was a reason, as the Raiders initiated the running clock with 6:50 to go to make it 36-0. Jeff, they would get the TD and then the 2-point conversion, and they've come in here saying, hey, we want our barrel back.
Yeah, as you said, you hate to use that word statement too much, but they were really wanting to kind of come in here. West Carter, the barrel has been here at West Carter for years upon years. I think maybe the last 5 years have been by West Carter. And it's one of those things that East Carter, they know they had a great season last year and really wanting it this year.
Crampton's going to go. He started in the middle and got hit initially, and then it took 3 more Raiders to stop him far side. And with 16 seconds to go, that could be our final play of the third. Crampton's going to get 8 on the carry.
Yeah, it looks like West Carter's just going to let this clock run down, not rushing toward it. Of course, you definitely don't want to have one of those plays in which you get somebody injured on a last-second play just throwing them out there.
That'll make it 3 quarters of play here in Olive Hill. 1 more to go, and it's been all Raiders tonight so far as they lead it going to the 4th quarter. The Battle of the Barrel, East Carter 36, West Carter nothing here on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Smithfield Foods in Grayson is a proud community partner, taking pride in providing a safe and friendly environment for their workers and for the community. Smithfield Foods is always ready to support our growing community any way they can. Smithfield Foods is the world's largest pork processor and hog producer, and they're committed to providing good food in a responsible and environmentally safe way. Proud to be a part of the community. Smithfield Foods in Grayson.
If you're looking for the best pizza in Carter County, look no further than Tyler's Pizza. Also be sure to check out our daily lunch specials, wings, salads, subs, sandwiches, dinners, sides, desserts, and our world-famous Thai Zone. Tyler's Pizza, 120 Cross Street, Olive Hill, Kentucky. Phone number 606-286-4583. Tyler's Pizza is a proud supporter of local high school sports.
Back to action we go. It's Kent, Jeff, and MJ with you high atop the press box. Thanks to the folks here at West Carter for taking care of us this evening. Mainly, I'm thanking Jeff and MJ for taking care of me. Back to action we go. The flag to start the 4th quarter of play. Had a few of those flags this evening, no question.
Definitely something that I'm sure both coaches after today, and it looks like it's going to be a block in the back against the Comets.
Well, next week, East Carter will be at home. They will host Fleming County. And then West Carter will travel to a big one, Jeff, for the Raceland game. And Raceland making a long trip to Northern Kentucky tonight, playing Powerhouse Fort Thomas. And last check, they were losing in that contest.
Yeah, and Raceland, I mean, they're really making a statement out there this year. Shutting out teams, keeping them to single scores. Not, really, I didn't expect that at the very beginning of the year. I knew that they were going to be good, but I wasn't thinking that they were going to be that good. But they have definitely proved me wrong on that one.
Highlands is winning that one 24-7 at halftime. Handoff up the middle, a slew of white jerseys taking down the runner, Crampton. You've got McGoffin County beating Bellevue 58-12. And 6:30 to go. Jeff, your thoughts on this one, the 3rd quarter. Lawrence County at Russell tonight, and Russell off to a slow start again, getting beat 36-10. But Lawrence County, no slouch.
Absolutely. Russell, I mean, a lot of people
make that 43-10 now.
Yeah, a lot of people, they were giving Russell down the road, but really a lot of their games that they have played, minus the Raceland game, has been relatively close.
Yeah. Back with Crampton next to him, fakes it to Crampton. Screen pass complete for the Comets. Over there on the right side, it's Fleener.
Yeah, Braden Fleener.
6-foot senior.
He's another one of those wrestlers that really – he puts in the work. He's strong. He's had some shoulder problems, over the last couple of years. But he's been tough and going through it over the time. I believe he had some surgery on it to repair it after wrestling season. And he's definitely somebody that I would keep an eye out for, especially on the wrestling mat. Very strong, very agile athlete.
Roster has him at 205. Good-looking kid. First down and 10 for the Comets. They're at the 46. Fake again to Crampton. And this will go right side to Fields, taking it in at about the 50-yard line.
A lot of times we do talk about this being a rivalry game against, two teams. I do think it's kind of went down in the years as far as the heat goes.
Yeah.
And I kind of contribute a lot of that to social media and everything. These guys, they hang out on the weekends or they talk on Facebook. Now, when it comes out on the field, all bets are off when you get to that one.
Yeah, it's business.
But you'll see each other, you'll see them hugging each other out there and just having a good time after the game.
Crampton again, and he's got some yardage. Gets a blocker over to the far side. Breaks one tackle. He's trying to get in. And if he stays in bounds, it's a touchdown. And Crampton will take it from the 49-yard line.
And that's exactly what Wes Carter needed. Something that you can take a look at and, try to build on for next week. So far this season, this is their only second touchdown here of the year. And usually that's pretty unusual for a Comet team. But, as I said, with the offense going, eventually it's going to happen. And Crampton did a great job right there, breaking some tackles, directing traffic out there, setting up his blockers, and was able to toe the line and keep it in.
Coming in there with about the 7:50 mark to make it 36-6. Comets go for 2, back under center. Looked at Crampton. Now he's going to air it in the end zone, falling down with the football. Did he keep possession is the question.
And they're going to say he did.
And he did. And that's a nice catch by Connor Green to complete the 2-point conversion to make it 36-8. And the clock will stop with 7:10 to go in the ball game. East Carter 36 and the Comets 8. We're back in a moment on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson, takes pride in offering you the highest quality service and visitation in your time of need. From traditional services to competitively priced cremations, Malone Funeral Home can meet all your needs. Call 606-474-5126. Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson. They're there when you need them. 606-474-5126.
If you need custom screen printing and embroidery work done, then you need to see the professionals at All American Graphics at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson. All American Graphics can do any type of screen printing and does quality embroidery work on shirts, sweatshirts, hats, hoodies, and more. Call 475-3770 for All American Graphics, 1202 North State Highway 7 at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson for custom screen printing and embroidery.
Wes Carter gets on the scoreboard with 7:10 to go in the ball game, Jeff, to make it 36-8, and you can just tell sooner or later number 5 was going to score a touchdown.
Absolutely. He's one of those that, he's so talented out there, and, you don't want to give anyone down the road or kind of say, well, his blockers are bad or the front line's too young or too small. He's going to get the job done one way or another. I mean, this is a young team. They've lost a lot of talent here in the last little bit, and because you imagine last year after the losing Latavius, and then that was something that hurt out there, and then all of a sudden you get Crampton there, and then now you lose Estep and a lot of key linemen out there. So Wes Carter's don't want to call them rebuilding just yet.
Squib kick, and East Carter gets it to 50-yard line. Man, he was ready to go.
Yeah,
he got 10 yards on that thing.
Yeah, Flinter hopped on his back and took a little bit of a ride there.
Barker was the up man. Hall was back for the kickoff, but it didn't matter because number 6, Jackson Barker, a junior, there to reel it in. And, a lot of people think, in practice during the week, you're working on tackling and you're working on your kickoff and defense, but a lot of teams do this too, getting ready for that onside kick, and looks like he paid attention in practice.
Exactly. It's one of those things that, especially in high school, you take a look, you get a few kickers that can really take it to the end zone. Russell's kicker, comes to mind as, a fantastic kicker, and I wouldn't doubt to see him at the next level.
Sure.
But here, the squib kick is something that you're going to have to face with.
Here we go again. Boggs is going to score from the 39-yard line. He made 2 juke steps on a couple Comet players and takes it from the 39-yard line. He's quick.
You can't contain him. He is one that all of a sudden he takes that little side step or, a little little bit of a hesitation just to throw off the defender, and then he's gone.
That comes at the 5:20 mark in the fourth to make it 42-8. And we got a player down for West
Carter.
And I'm not going to speculate because I can't really see what number it is.
And Meredith Calhoun out there, the trainer for West Carter.
Well, she's been here a long time, hasn't she?
She has. I mean, she's done a fantastic job. I know that West Carter for a long time has, went through several athletic trainers, but, it's good to have consistency, with your athletic training staff. And as well, she helps out and assists in training future athletic trainers.
Really?
If you go over to Round County, her name was Mandy Walker at the time period, but she's the athletic trainer for Round County, was a product of Meredith. And that looks like it's Jordan Fuston, number 13.
Yep. Fuston, a junior, being helped off by an assistant coach and the trainer for East Carter. And unfortunately, Jeff, that doesn't look like a cramp.
No, hopefully it's nothing too serious. If you kind of look back at the last couple of years for West Carter, you had Blake McGlone.
He was a dandy.
He was a dandy, but he came out and it was Gage Lettingham as the one I'm thinking about.
Yeah, well, he was
came out here and in the playoff game ended up breaking some ribs. Couldn't start for West Carter basketball at the beginning, or it was a game or so behind. Maybe it missed a couple scrimmages, but he came back, and then of course you had Jackson Bond last year, coming off the ACL tear against Johnson Central, and then was able to finally get back in by the East.
Jason Adams gets the pass from East Step for the Battle of the Barrel. East Carter 44, West 8. We're back with more in a moment. This is East Carter, West Carter football on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Johnny's Pizza, one set, salads, baked potatoes, fries, onion rings, buffalo chips, pickle chips, calzones, iced coffee, milkshakes, and more. And Johnny's dressings are homemade. The friendly staff, great service, and a menu unlike any other pizza place. You'll see why Johnny's is the best. Johnny's Pizza, 117 West Main Street in Grayson. Check them out on Facebook.
Pure Country Chevrolet in Grayson needs your vehicle. We're low on inventory and prepared to make you an offer on the spot to buy your car, even if you don't buy one of ours. Literally within 10 minutes of coming in, we'll have you a cash offer. Have a payoff on it? No problem. We'll pay that loan off and write you a check for the balance. Just bring your title, driver's license, all your keys, and most recent payment statement so we can get the payoff. We'll even drive you home if you need. Pure Country Chevrolet, ready to buy. Let us put cash in your pocket. Visit us online, purecountrychevrolet.com, or call us 606-474-5116. Pure Country Chevrolet, find new roads.
This one's starting to wind here in Olive Hill tonight, 44-8. East over West, and we were talking about that Lawrence County score. Lawrence County has now made it 50-10, and that game's still in the third quarter.
Yeah, Lawrence County, as you said, definitely not a team to take lightly there.
Squib kick, up man takes it. Caden Thompson, a freshman, will get it. And West Carter, 2:44 to go in the ball game. Down 44-8. Coming up after the contest, we hope to have some post-game comments from either both coaches or one of the coaches. Final stats, final scoring summary, and Jeff and I will talk about the completion of this game and talk about East and West, their opponents that they will have next week. West goes on the road to Raceland, who's playing Highlands tonight. Raceland was losing that one. East will be home to take on Fleming. And back, the quarterback keeper crosses the 50-yard line. Boyd County 22, Greenup 14. 9 minutes to go in the third. So Greenup County starting off very well, but as you talked to again, Boyd County, no slouch coming into this season.
Exactly.
Coach Ferguson getting a lot of key players back.
Yeah, and that program over there at Boyd County has really been improving here over the last couple of years.
Minute 25 to go in this one. Twins to the far side and to the near us in the press box. Handoff goes to Dwaylen Dean. Push back past the line of scrimmage. Minute 3 to go. Again, thanks to all the folks here from West Carter, East Carter helping us out.
Yeah, I will stand corrected on something I did see out there. The last time that East Carter had the barrel was back in 2019, so it's been 3 years.
3 years.
Since then. Sometimes it seems like it's a whole lot longer than that, especially going through the COVID years.
Sure. COVID just needs to go away. Airing it out, looking for his man downfield, intercepted by East Carter. The intended receiver looked like it was going to be Fleener.
Yeah, and that was Jared Potter on the interception there for the Raiders.
Back throwing it out there, had some good spin on it. But with the interception and with 14 seconds left,
I think this is all over, but turning off the lights and heading home.
The Raiders are going to get the barrel and put it on the old yellow dog.
You can see the student section over here at East Carter letting off some those gender reveal smoke out here, and blue smoke coming up from the student section.
Final score from Olive Hill on a running clock, which, coming into this one you really didn't know, Jeff, but East Carter coming in and again just saying we want our barrel back, and they get it with really no problem.
Exactly. It's one of those things. East Carter's a very tough team. They proved it last year, getting into the semifinals themselves, almost having a trip down to Kroger Field. They've really been wanting to prove themselves. They kind of had some down years there, in which, everybody was kind of walking into Grayson, or they, expecting them to come in and just roll right over the Raiders. But East Carter has been making a statement here in the last few seasons.
As they always do. Just great sportsmanship, as Jeff alluded to. Both teams out of midfield shaking hands. Jeff said, a lot of these folks, they'll go have dinner probably tomorrow night and see each other on church on Sunday, and the coaches will probably do the same thing. But tonight it all led towards East Carter's way as they win it by the final of 44-8. We'll come back, recap your scoring summary, get some final stats, and talk about this one in just a little bit. The final from Olive Hill, East over West, 44-8 on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson, takes pride in offering you the highest quality service and visitation in your time of need. From traditional services to competitively priced cremations, Malone Funeral Home can meet all your needs. Call 606-474-5126. Malone Funeral Home, 325 Malone Lane, Grayson. They're there when you need them. 606-474-5126.
At James Do It Best Hardware, we are not just another hardware store. We are your hometown home improvement partners, offering personalized service to help you get the job done right the first time. We are also your local steel dealer. At James Do It Best Hardware, our people make the difference.
I love James Do It Best Hardware store.
James Do It Best Hardware, 137 Scott Street in Olive Hill, Kentucky.
Johnny's Pizza, 117 West Main Street in Grayson, is a small, non-chain restaurant with more than just pizza with great dough and sauces. Johnny's also has wings, subs, pastas, salads, baked potatoes, fries, onion rings, buffalo chips, pickle chips, calzones, iced coffee, milkshakes, and more. And Johnny's dressings are homemade. The friendly staff, great service, and a menu unlike any other pizza place. You'll see why Johnny's is the best. Johnny's Pizza, 117 West Main Street in Grayson. Check them out on Facebook.
Around the corner, it's time to tame or to remove those trees that could damage your property and cost you thousands of dollars in repairs. Don't wait until it's too late. Call the tree experts at Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal at 606-356-8850 to schedule your free estimate. Orcutt's Tree Service and Stump Removal in Olive Hill, Kentucky are proud sponsors of local high school sports.
Post-game show here on the Cool Hit Sports Network. Wes Carter to the right of us. Jeff Irwin still getting their comments from their head coach, Daniel Barker. Not the way their night wanted to go, but you look down about 50 more yards, and it went the Raiders' way tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty much all East Carter from the get-go. Wes Carter, had some difficulty stopping them, and it was one of those things that it was the mental errors, I think, that really kind of got Wes Carter in. And, once you get down, 3 or 4 touchdowns, that fire that's in you kind of starts to dim out just a little bit.
Yeah, and then the running clock, it kind of done it as well. Well, let's take a look at your scoring summary. First off, we would tell you at halftime the score was East Carter 28, Jeff, West Carter nothing. And when both teams went into the locker room, East was feeling good, but West knew they weren't done, but just really, again, couldn't get things going in the second half.
Absolutely. They started out well. On that first possession, they ate up over 5 minutes of clock, picked up a couple first downs, and, you were kind of thinking, all right, we're going to get a ball game here going on.
Right.
And then you get hit up with another penalty. You get pushed back, and then the tough Raider defense ends up pulling up a stop there. And it's just difficult to get, to recover from that.
We move on to the third quarter. As we would mention, East would be here at halftime winning it 28-0, and then the Raiders would get things going as Eli Eastep would find Gabe Roberts a little pass for a 43-yard touchdown run, and by then that would be 6:50 to go in the third quarter. It would make that 34-0. The Raiders would convert the 2-point conversion to make it 36-0, and then Jeff, from there, it was the third quarter, 36-0. It was just a matter of minutes, for West Carter. But good news for West Carter, and we talked about it. We knew eventually number 5, Cole Crampton, he's too good not to put the ball in the end zone, and he showed even though we're down, I'm scoring a touchdown for my team.
Exactly. He's one of those that, he's got the athleticism to get the job done out on the field, and he realizes that he does have a young team around him. You kind of seen him out there, directing traffic on that touchdown. He's like, hey, you get right here because that's where I'm going to, that's where I need you at.
Sure.
And, that kind of shows, the leadership that he has for this team. If you talk to him in person, a lot of times he's kind of quiet-natured and everything, but he does his talking out on the field.
Then that would basically be it. The running clock, 36-0. Cole Crampton would get our final score of the game, coming with 7:50 to go in the fourth quarter. And with the TD, that would make it 36-6. The Comets would convert the 2-point conversion, and that would be pretty much it, 36-8. But then East Carter gets it back, a big play at the end there. Isaac Boggs took it in with a 39-yard run, 5:20 to go in the game. The Adams completion pass from Eastep makes the 2-point conversion good, and the final would be 44-8. So to the left, East Carter getting their victorious T-shirts, and West Carter has had their post-game comments as well. And next week, Jeff, East Carter just goes back home to take on Fleming County. Pretty decent ball club, but East Carter right now, got to be happy you're undefeated.
Yeah, they got the hot streak going on right now. I mean, picking up 4 wins in a row, especially winning this one, which, has a lot of emotion and feeling behind it. West Carter played Fleming before the bye week.
Sure.
Fleming County, I mean, they do have some good players out there, but I do have a feeling that that one may be heading toward the East Carter win column possibly, just with the way that they're playing. Today they had a really good complete game out there. They did very well on passing. They did excellent on their rushing as usual, and even got some assistance out there, on their defensive side, forcing a fumble, getting that one off of the first play of West Carter, and so that kind of set the tempo there, and really that defense was a force to be reckoned with here today.
East wins at 44-8. When we come back, we'll get some final stats and see if Coach Champlin, we see him downstairs, see which media outlet he chooses first. He'll probably want to go downstairs, but we got more things we got to do, so we'll take another break and have more from Olive Hill on the Cool Hit Sports Network.
State Senator Robin Webb wishes the best of luck to all involved in the East Carter football games this season. The players, coaches, cheerleaders, and support staff. Your state senator Robin Webb is always proud to support our youth in all of their endeavors, both in the classroom and on and off the field, and will always strive to put our youth and adults first as she works hard to support the people in her district. Have fun, East Carter. Play hard. Be safe in all your games this season. From your state senator Robin Webb.
The award-winning florist All That Blooms has a new location, 402 East Main Street, across from Pritchard Elementary in Grayson, with gifts for all occasions including birthdays, sympathy, holidays, and anniversaries. Shop Monday and Tuesday 9 to 5, Wednesday 9 to 2, Thursday 9 to 5, and Saturday 9 to noon, closed on Sunday. Call 474-0390 for All That Blooms at 402 East Main, your full-service florist serving Grayson and surrounding areas. Check them out on Facebook, allthatblooms.com. That's BLOOMZ.
Gillum Drug, 1237 Carter Avenue, Ashland, is a locally owned pharmacy devoted to providing excellent customer service, not found at the chain drug stores, and Gillum Drug will treat you like family. Stop by today and experience it. Gillum Drug, next to Domino's.
Here at Infusion Solutions, one of the things that we're most proud of is the relationship that we develop with our patients.
From the people on the phone to the delivery drivers, these people are a part of my life. They take care of me. I would recommend Infusion Solutions to anybody.
Discover what we're all about right now at Infusion Solutions.
If you need custom screen printing and embroidery work done, then you need to see the professionals at All American Graphics at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson. All American Graphics can do any type of screen printing and does quality embroidery work on shirts, sweatshirts, hats, hoodies, and more. Call 475-3770 for All American Graphics, 1202 North State Highway 7 at the end of the AA Highway in Grayson for custom screen printing and embroidery.
When you want real, authentic Mexican menu items, you want Tres Hermanos Nunez. Accept no substitutes. None compares. Fajitas, tacos, burritos, quesadillas, chimichangas, even vegetarian choices. A kids menu, desserts and salads, a tasty, budget-pleasing selection for you and your family, unlike any others. Should be your first and only choice for authentic Mexican all throughout the tri-state. Ashland, Greenup, Grayson, Paintsville, Canova, South Point, Olive Hill, and Cannonsburg. Tres Hermanos Nunez, the best around.
West Carter tonight, Kent Robinson, and now joined now by head coach Tim Champlin. And coach, you come in, you make the short trip from Grayson, not really knowing what to expect. I know you'd seen your rival comments, excuse me, on you led them 28-0 at halftime. At the end of the third quarter, 36-0. You had a running clock going, 6:50 in the third, and really couple penalties here and there kind of stilled the momentum, not only for your ball club but for theirs, but just some really big Raider plays to take that barrel back home.
Yeah, for sure. I thought our kids played really well and did a good job and stepped up to the challenge tonight. And last week we talked about we felt like we led up there in the third quarter against Estill County. We got up 18-19-0. They go down and score, we're driving, and we throw a pick, and they go score and make it really close. And in a game that, Estill County's a good football team, not taking anything from them,
right.
But we just kind of let up, went in cruise control. And so that's been a focus for us all week this week is, continue to attack. And I told them, they can stop attacking when they're on the sideline, and we pull them out. And I felt like tonight our kids just stayed hungry and kept going, kept moving, kept doing what was asked of them. You take that one drive there right before the halftime away, and I felt like we played a pretty good ball game all around.
Eli, as usual, looked comfortable back there. Ice and Boggs getting some very, very good yardage for you tonight.
Yes.
Y'all had some plays where you converted on their mistakes to points for your ball club.
Yes, and so, I felt like Eli really grew up tonight in our offense and took a step forward and was a whole lot more comfortable than he has been in the past 2 games or 3 games. And so he really had a big night tonight, kind of stood in there, threw the balls that we're asking him to throw and that kind of thing and looked really good doing it. And so I think he threw 3 touchdowns. And did a really good job with those. So, we knew that they were going to take Boggs away from us. They were going to load us up and do everything they could. We had to be able to answer that, and so that was with our receivers and Eli, and I felt like they did a good job.
West Carter down a little bit, and you guys lost some key players as well last year. But to come in here, as we talked about on the pregame with the rival and the crowd, you really kind of came in and just said, we're going to put it to you.
Ignore the noise.
Yeah.
Don't worry about where you're playing. They're all grass fields or turf fields. They've all got 5-yard lines and hashes and numbers and lights and all that kind of stuff. Just go play football. It don't matter where you're at. And so that's kind of been the theme and the motto. And I felt like tonight we go on the road and we're able to accomplish that.
One more question, and we'll let you go. We've got some other things you need to take care of. A great start. You're back home next week. Fleming County, Bill Spencer's been there for years. Excuse me. They too have lost some key players, but really, anytime you go to Flemingsburg or they come to your place, it should be a pretty good ball
football.
Fleming County is well coached.
They are very well coached. Coach Spencer does a phenomenal job over there, and so they are a tough ball club year in and year out. They're sound. They're going to be where they're going to line up correctly. They're going to tackle. They're going to be physical. They're all of those things that you look for in good football teams, and they do a good job with it. So let's enjoy this one for 24 hours, and then it's right back to work on Monday, and get after it. And so one of the things somebody told me early on in my career here was the West Quarter's a big game. And the week after is the bigger game because neither team ever plays well.
Yeah.
And I did research, a couple of years ago. We were 1-12, win, lose, or draw after the West Carter game. Didn't matter who we played. And so that's been a real focus of ours the past 3 years, and we've done a pretty good job with it. So, again, it'll be a focus of ours on Monday. Good job. We're going to learn from what we did wrong here, what we did well, and try to grow up and move on.
Congratulations. Thanks for coming up. I'll see you next week.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Tim Champlin of the East Carter Raiders, as his team wins this evening by the final score of 44-8. Back with more on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Pure Country Chevrolet in Grayson needs your vehicle. We're low on inventory and prepared to make you an offer on the spot to buy your car, even if you don't buy one of ours. Literally within 10 minutes of coming in, we'll have you a cash offer. Have a payoff on it? No problem. We'll pay that loan off and write you a check for the balance. Just bring your title, driver's license, all your keys, and most recent payment statement so we can get the payoff. We'll even drive you home if you need. Pure Country Chevrolet, ready to buy. Let us put cash in your pocket. Visit us online, purecountrychevrolet.com, or call us 606-474-5116. Pure Country Chevrolet. Find new roads.
Hey, I'm Aaron.
And I'm Michael. Come see us at Bowman's.
Bowman's can do frame repair. They have a downdraft bake oven for a factory paint finish. And they get your vehicle back to its pre-accident condition with qualified I-CAR Gold certified technicians. Bowman's is also an ASE certified mechanical shop, providing transmission flushes, steering and suspension services, AC service, oil changes, and tune-ups. That's Bowman's Auto Service, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. Call 836-0837. Mike Wilson has been serving the residents of Greenup County as your county attorney and wants to continue to serve you, the people, and continue to fight against illegal drugs and other problems in the county. Mike is active and believes in the community he serves. He's experienced and fully supports the men and women in bloom. Mike Wilson will also do whatever he can for the youth of Greenup County. On November 8th, vote for experience. Vote for Mike Wilson for Greenup County Attorney. Paid for by the candidate.
Better ingredients, better pizza, better brace yourself because Papa John's has done it again. Introducing Papa Bowls. No crust, just a whole bunch of those Papa John's toppings you love, baked to piping hot perfection. I'm talking crisp veggies, savory meats, all covered in melty cheese, and those signature sauces. Try flavors like Italian Meats Trio, Chicken Alfredo, and Garden Veggie, or get creative and build your own.
Papa John's in Grayson and Flatwoods.
You know, financial security begins at home with home ownership. If you've been putting off looking for a home because you think you can't afford it, you owe it to yourself to check out Members Choice Credit Union. Members Choice Credit Union has programs for first-time home buyers and more to help put you in the home of your dreams. Call, click, or stop by Members Choice Credit Union today.
Members Choice Credit Union, NMLS 411945, Equal Housing Lender. Call for additional information. Other restrictions may apply.
score once again, East Carter 44 and West Carter 8. We'll take our final break from up top here in the press box, and when we come back, we'll let you know what these two teams have in store for them next week. Final again in the Battle of the Barrel, East over West 44-8. Back in a moment to wrap it up on the Cool Hits Sports Network.
Uncle Rick, what are you doing?
I'm trying to stay cooler in my man cave.
Well, this is a beer cave, and you can't stay in this cooler forever. But Clark's Pub and Shop can get you through the dog days of summer.
Whether it's fountain drinks at the lowest price or you're filling up the cooler for the family and friends, Clark's has the widest selection, the best prices, and the most helpful staff you'll find anywhere.
Beat the heat at Clark's Pub and Shop.
Return, refresh, refuel.
Does your gas station or convenience store need a facelift? If so, call River City Builders at 473-4112 for your remedy. Big or small projects, River City's Builders is a company for all your needs. We have extensive experience in the petroleum industry, from routine gas dispenser and canopy maintenance to above-ground, underground tank and piping work to full-blown remodels and new builds. Call River City Builders at 473-4112 for all your petroleum needs. We'll cover your back and keep your customers pumping gas.
When you have business away from home or a planned event far from your comfort zone, you're probably going to need a little help. Let A&A Porta Potties assist you with all your portable toilet needs. Whether on a construction site, planning for an outdoor wedding, or any other outdoor event, A&A Porta Potties are here to assist you. Storage containers, office containers, cooling fans, tables, and chairs. A&A Porta Potties, there is no event too big or too small for us to accommodate you.
Did you miss starting college this month? Maybe you're still waiting on your financial aid to be approved, or you planned on attending a university, but it didn't work out. Well, no worries. Ashland Community and Technical College has a 12-week online session starting September 12th and an 8-week online session starting October 17th. So don't delay. Call 606-326-2000 or stop by one of the 3 ACTC campuses today. It's not too late to further your education at Ashland Community and Technical College. For good home-cooked food you can't beat, Star Country Market and Pizza, 8088 US 60 in Rush, just past Star Elementary. Breakfast includes homemade biscuits and gravy with daily lunch and dinner specials, including homemade hobo salad, coleslaw, hot dog sauce, spaghetti sauce, and pizzas. Top it off with homemade fudge and candy. And Star Country Market and Pizza in Rush also has great milkshakes and ice cream. Open 8 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday. Call 606-474-4547. Limited delivery is available too.
East Carter wins it tonight. Time for the Bowman's big hit of the game, brought to you by Bowman's Collision Center and Service Center in Flatwoods. You know, when your car gets banged up, let Bowman's put it back together and it looking new again. Bowman's Collision and Service Center, Lexington Avenue in Flatwoods. And our big hit of the game tonight will go on Dustin Hall hitting the quarterback late in the fourth quarter to Mr. Back, the quarterback for West Carter. Again, the big hit of the game brought to you by Bowman's Center. Well, East Carter wins it tonight. They will take the barrel back to Grayson. East Carter back at home next week to host Fleming County. We will be there for that broadcast. The West Carter Comets will travel to Raceland. Thanks again for the folks here at West Carter High School. Thanks to my color man, Jeff Irwin, for great commentary and all of his work with the television side of things. MJ McKay, as always, the great producer that he is, and making sure my phone line stayed plugged in tonight. Dwayne back in the studio, thanks to everybody for making this a success. We have fun with what we do. It's not about us, it's about the guys out there on the field, and we'll be able to do it again next week, we hope, from East Carter High School. Have a safe weekend, everybody, and we'll see you next week in Grayson when the Raiders will host the Panthers. Good night from the...
You've been listening and watching East Carter taking on West Carter in high school football on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV. Tonight's game has been brought to you by Clark's Pump and Shops of the Tri-State, River City's Builders, A&A Porta Potties, Stoltz Pharmacy in Greenup, and McDonald's Pharmacy in South Shore, Callahan Excavating, First National Bank of Grayson and Olive Hill, Primary Plus Healthcare, Easterling Photography, Pure Country Automotive, Smithfield Foods, Papa John's Pizza in Grayson and Flatwoods, Eric Ross for Carter County Sheriff, and Malone's Funeral Home in Grayson. Tonight's game is also brought to you by All-American Graphics in Grayson, Star Country Market in Rush, Tyler's Pizza in Olive Hill, Members Choice Credit Union, James Do It Best Hardware in Olive Hill, Trey Hermanos Nunez Mexican Restaurant, Dwayne Settles for Carter County Judge Executive, State Senator Robin Webb, Orcut Tree Service, All That Blooms in Grayson, Gillum's Drugstore, Infusion Solutions, Bowman's Auto Service and Collision Repair, Mike Wilson for Greenup County Attorney, Johnny's Pizza in Grayson, Pure Country Chevrolet, and Ashland Community and Technical College. Tune in next time for more exciting high school football action on the Cool Hit Sports Network and Cool TV.